And good evening and welcome in to Forrest High School Basketball Friday night here on TC Sports 1 as we get set for a big rivalry matchup here tonight. A short distance, but a big rivalry. It will be the community Vikings and Viqueens taking on the Rockets and Lady Rockets of Forrest High School. Good evening, Troy Cashin, soon to be joined by Noble Mays and Mr. Peter Wilson working the production tonight. Mr. Gabe Hall under the weather. So he will not be able to join us here tonight as we get set for a big one. Girls game especially, a lot on the line tonight. Community comes in with an overall mark of 18-5, and it will feature two teams that are red hot. Community, as we said, 18-5, have won 5 in a row. Meanwhile, the Lady Rockets' record not quite as impressive. They're at 8-13, but they have won 4 in a row themselves. A win tonight for the Lady Rockets would more than likely give them a regular season share of the district title with the Viqueens. Viqueens are 4-0. If they win tonight, they clinch. Lady Rockets still have a chance. If they win tonight, would leave both teams at 4-1 with 1 game remaining in district play. And it would be the bottom 2 teams that each of these teams would play. The Lady Rockets will take on the Lady Champions of Cascade. That one coming up in the regular season finale next Friday night. For the Viqueens, they would take on Grundy County in their regular season finale. So if the Lady Rockets win tonight, more than likely you have a 2-way tie at the top for the regular season championship. And it would be quite an accomplishment for the Lady Rockets as they had gotten off to an extremely slow start, dealing with a lot of new faces, a lot of injuries. But they have really come on strong as of late. Coach Hal Merle, as they say, you want to be playing your best basketball at tournament time. And indeed, the Lady Rockets are accomplishing that purpose. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back to take more of a look at tonight's contest coming your way here on TC Sports 1.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive. Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Roo Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
And we return as we get set for tonight's first matchup featuring the Vikings and the Lady Rockets. This, of course, a district championship game for the Vikings. They win tonight. They clinch the regular season district title and, of course, would take the series for the season with the Lady Rockets 2-0. They won the first time in Unionville 58-42, a game much closer than the score might indicate. That game was pretty close heading into the fourth quarter before Community finally got it going, was able to outlast the Lady Rockets. But the Lady Rockets back at home and playing well, feel like they come in here tonight with a chance to sneak out with a season split, and if they can, more than likely would split the regular season district title with the Vikings. Lady Rockets, as we said, 8-13 overall, but they have been playing extremely well as of late. They have won 4 in a row, and of course they're coming off a 56-46 win over Spring Hill on Monday night. And you think about it, they got an extra day to prep for the Vikings, and not that these two teams don't know each other very well already. I'm sure the book is out on both of these squads. They've watched plenty of film. They know tendencies. They're just working on executing themselves, and I'm sure both of these coaches are saying, we have things that we do well. We want to try to execute what we do best and take the victory tonight. For the Lady Rockets, they were dealing with a decided lack of depth when they faced the Vikings the first time. They've got those 7 8th graders that have been called up, and they are getting some real contributions from some of those young ladies game in and game out. You have gotten contributions from House, Sadie Smith, Sienna Borba, Caden Connell, amongst the others, and those 4 young ladies have really gotten a significant playing time. Chloe Smith, Bailey Cole, Naveen Patterson also joining the Lady Rockets as well. So with that, giving them some depth, a few more minutes that they can pass around, maybe get some of the starters a brief rest and keep them a little fresher for late in the contest, and they feel like they're playing well right now. As we said, they won 56-46 over Spring Hill on Monday night. In the 3 previous games before them, they had taken a district contest at Cascade 52-32, came home, beat Fairview 51-39, and beat Grundy County here at home 58-43 in another district matchup. As we said, right now Community is leading the way in the district at 4-0. Cascade and Grundy County are going to meet a couple of times in the next few days. Both of those teams are winless, but of course someone is going to have to pick up a win when those two teams meet. So they're going to be battling for 3rd and 4th. Lady Rockets and the Community Vikings are going to be 1st and 2nd. Grundy and Cascade 3 and 4. We've just got to figure out how it shakes out here in the next few days. Because of, and it's really funny, because of some inclement weather, Grundy County and Cascade didn't get to meet. They had one postponed early in the season, so they're now going to play tonight at Grundy County, Cascade, and then they'll turn around and play again on Monday at Grundy, or excuse me, at tonight's game at Grundy, and it will be at Cascade on Monday night. So they're going to see each other over the weekend and be very familiar with each other come Monday. So we'll find out a lot more about 3 and 4 when we talk to you again on Tuesday. And we do want to mention we already are aware that we will not be able to go to Fayetteville City and video broadcast. They are one of the schools that is a diehard NFHS network and do not allow anyone else that is not NFHS affiliated to film at their school. So we will not be able to video for you, but I do think we are going to try to make some preparations to go and give you an audio broadcast only. And just want to kind of tell everybody, we'll put it out on Twitter and on the website as well. It will not be due to the fact that we can't get a signal when we broadcast. It will be due to the fact that we have not been allowed access to because of the NFHS situation. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to get off of that, but each school has the priority to do what they want to do during the regular season. We are not an NFHS affiliate. I will not say never. It may get to the point where we may be forced to become an NFHS affiliate, but we will go kicking and screaming to do so. NFHS is basically a middleman. They collect money, allowing you to use their network. They say, of course, they split it with the school, and with whoever is broadcasting gets a little bit. But basically, they get 40 to 50% of the take and leave everybody else with just a little bit. They come in, tell each school that signs up for their network that you don't let anybody else come in. That is due to our contract. Now, enforcement of that contract, I'm not sure whether that could happen or not, but they drive it home into these schools when they sell it that they're not to allow anybody else in to broadcast. We have some schools, Moore County most notably, that we have a good relationship with. We allow them to come here and film in FHS. They allow us to come to Moore County. Most schools are very happy to do that, but we have a situation where we will not be able to go and broadcast video from Fayetteville on Tuesday night. But more than likely, we are going to try and bring you an audio-only broadcast because it is next to the last game in the regular season. So just want to make everyone aware that that video will not be available to us to bring you on Tuesday night. A shame to do so, but one of those things I guess we just have to kind of learn to live with. We are going to try to keep bringing you free broadcasts. In FHS, of course, you have to pay to watch it. That is where, of course, they make their money and say that they're going to give it back to the schools and spread it around. Basically, don't think that happens in near the amount that they think. But like I say, we're going to keep it free as long as we can here on TC Sports 1. We, of course, will have plenty of action here for you tonight, as it will be Community and Forrest getting set to crank up here in just about 15 minutes. Until then, we'll take another commercial break. We'll return with more pregame here on TC Sports 1.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
Says you can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts, and who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere. Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Local agents Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome welcome back, everyone, as we get set for the 18-5 Vikings of Community High School, a perfect 4-0 in district play. They get set to take on the 8-13, 3-1 in district play, and winners of 4 in a row, Lady Rockets of Forrest High School. For Community, they have a really good inside presence. Number 23, MJ Simmons. It seems as though she's been playing there for about 15 years now. She has been a staple throughout her career. Very solid player, great inside player. She didn't get off to a great start in that first game in Unionville. At halftime, both she and the other big gun, Haley Mitchell, for the Vikings, had only 2 points between them. They got it going a little bit better in the second half, but they're two of the young ladies that you're going to want to watch a lot tonight for the Vikings. If the Lady Rockets can shut those two down for the entire contest, they're going to feel pretty good about their chances to win. A few years ago, the one thing that Community has done a little better in the last few meetings between these two teams is shoot the jumper much better. There was a time a couple of years back that they were absolutely horrid from beyond the arc. The Lady Rockets could just pack the zone in and let them chunk up threes all night long. I believe one game a few years back, they only hit 1 3 in about 15, 16 attempts. So that has definitely improved. They got really good shooting. Zoe Dixon hit some buckets, Addison Brothers. They've got some young ladies that can step up and hit the jumper now from outside. So they have definitely become a much more balanced squad, but they still, at the heart, have two really good players in MJ Simmons and Haley Mitchell that the Lady Rockets are going to definitely have to account for. We talked about Community, excellent overall record. If they win tonight and win in their regular season finale, got a chance to pick up 20 wins in the regular season. That would be quite an accomplishment for the Vikings. And as we said, they are rolling into this contest on a very good winning streak of their own. Right now, they have won 5 in a row, and they will take on Grundy County in their last matchup of the season. So let's take just a peek back at what they have been able to accomplish in these last 5 contests. They started that 5-game win streak out by beating Forrest 58-42. Followed that up with a 10-point win over Cornersville, 62-52. Then it was 65-35 over Grundy County, 49-44 over a very good Cannon County team, and then they absolutely destroyed Cascade, 84-46 in their last outing. Not only have they won 5 in a row, they've won 7 of their last 8. The lone loss was to Cannon County, 49-43, but other than that, Community playing well down the stretch. These are two teams peaking at the right time. Coach Cody Pierce, Coach Hal Merle has his troops heading in the right direction, and definitely big game here tonight. As we said earlier, Community wins, they clinch the regular season district title. If the Lady Rockets can win, more than likely they will finish in a tie for the regular season contest. Well, let's take another break. We'll be back with more here on TC Sports 1.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Rheem Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
And welcome back as we'll take a look at the Lady Rockets going through their final warm-ups here tonight. We've talked about the improvement of the Lady Rockets, and they have begun to get contributions from outside their main 3 contributors offensively. And for a while, Mason Kirby was really lighting it up on her own, and they had to get some more folks involved in the offense. Megan Meagher has come on strong along with the shooting of Kinsley Enlow, but on Monday night, it was Samantha Hopkins coming off the bench. She picked up 8 points in the contest and played really well in her time on the floor. They've been able to find that 3rd and 4th player that's been able to get 6, 8 points in a game, and that's what's helped them be much more versatile, because teams were really beginning to try to shut down Kirby. But now their defense has to pay much more attention to the other players on the floor. And Coach Merle's been able to sneak a few minutes out of the 8th graders, and he's got some production from them. Excuse me, had a cold this week, just going to try to battle through this one tonight. Nova will be here in a few moments, and we want to welcome him when he gets here. We may let him talk just a little bit more tonight, as I have been battling this cold and sinus for the last few days. So, and that being said, I'm going to try to fight our way through this one. If you're just joining us, of course, this is a big one tonight. District championship regular season on the line. Community wins, they win it outright. Lady Rockets win, they more than likely will end up tied for the regular season championship. Both teams will be heavily favored in their last district game and would finish at 5-1 if the Lady Rockets win here tonight and both teams take care of business in their last contest of the season. We will have a broadcast for you on Tuesday. It will just not be video. We will be forced to go audio only due to Fayetteville being an NFHS school, and they made a lot of waves about not being allowed to come here and film. And basically, Athletic Director Oki Gaskell asked a few questions, and they had no intention of letting us film when we came there. So, I don't think they had a whole lot to be upset about. But, it is what it is. We're going to head to Fayetteville, bring you some audio broadcast on Tuesday night. All of us have cut our teeth in radio if we've been doing this long enough, and it'll be a little bit of an adjustment to get back to calling a radio style contest. I think I still probably do a lot of it anyway, but it'll be a little bit more of a challenge, something we haven't done in a while, and we'll look back on that as being a little nostalgia for you on Tuesday night, as it will be the Rockets and Lady Rockets traveling to Fayetteville to take on Fayetteville City. That, of course, the final non-district matchup during the regular season. The final district matchup will come next Friday here at home, senior night, as Cascade will roll into town to take on the Rockets and Lady Rockets. Upcoming contest, 2 teams battling at the bottom. Right now it is the Rockets in 3rd place, Community in 4th. Rockets win tonight, they can, of course, pretty much assure themselves of getting 3rd place in the district, keeping Community in 4th, with Cascade and Grundy battling it out for the top spot. Those 2 teams, due to some weather conditions we talked about earlier, they're going to play tonight and Monday night. So those 2 games will determine an awful lot. It will determine the top of the boys' race, and it will determine the bottom of the girls' race. Those 2 teams battling for 3rd and 4th on the girls' side of the ledger. Boys' side of the ledger, they're battling for 1st and 2nd. Same thing here. Girls 1st and 2nd here tonight between the Lady Rockets and the Vi Queens, and it'll be 3rd and 4th on the line as the Rockets will take on the Vikings in our nightcap. Do appreciate our fine sponsors. Try to get them as many breaks as we can in here. Not as many in basketball that we can get everyone in, so we want to take a few more during the pregame. Definitely appreciate all that they do for us and being able to keep us on, keep us being able to bring you the broadcast for free, and also keep allowing us to donate back to the school, to the athletic department as well. So we certainly appreciate them. We hope that you will continue to get out and support them and buy local.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive. Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Roo Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet. You know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime? Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back as we get set for game number 1, Lady Rockets and the Vi-Queens of Community. Getting set to go down to our public address announcer, Miss Brenda Brown, as we will have our invocation, singing of our national anthem, and our starting lineups coming your way here tonight. Troy Cashin soon to be joined by Noble Mays. Mr. Gabe Hall out tonight as he is under the weather, as a lot of that has been going around. And Mr. Peter Wilson handling our production duties tonight. So welcome in as we get set to bring you Lady Rocket basketball.
Gymnasium for tonight. The Forrest Rockets and Lady Rockets are hosting This time, our invocation will be given by Sadie Smith, and then remain standing for our national anthem.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight. Please watch over each and every person here. Lord, we ask your blessing over the game we are about to play. We ask you to give each player, coaches, and refs the strength they need throughout the whole game. Let each team play with good sportsmanship and respect. In our Father's name we pray, amen.
And as we got to take a look at our Forrest cheerleaders there during the national anthem, they, as always, do an excellent job and keeping things lively here at Forrest High School. Get set for our starting lineups for the Vi Queens.
Number 4, Addison Brothers. Number 20, Haley Mitchell. Number 23, M.J. Simmons. Number 30, Shelby Cochran.
And let's take a look before our starting lineups here. It's a blackout tonight as the student section getting hype here as it's a big game tonight for the Lady Rockets and the Rockets.
And now starting for Coach Kyle Morrow and the Forrest Lady Rockets. Starting guard position, a senior, number 5, Mason Curtis. And forward, a sophomore, number 11, Kinsley. Starting at forward, senior, number 15, Megan Miller. At forward, a freshman, number 21, Kaylin Pope. Then starting at guard, senior, number 34, Carly Warner.
And we'll take a look at the Lady Rocket coaching staff, directed by Coach Hal Murrell, assisted by Summer Molesky, Jessica Preston, and Madison Curtis. And we are almost set to get this one underway. Welcome in to Mr. Noble Mays. Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening, Auntie Roy. Glad to be here with you and my man Peter. Yes, indeed.
And we'll get set to tip it up. It'll be Meagher and M.J. Simmons. And Noble, you think about tonight, we've seen some unlikely stars step up tonight. I think it may be they lean on Carly Warner and Kaylin Pope. They've got to keep Simmons and Mitchell off the glass. If they can do that, they got a chance here tonight.
They've seen them once before, so scouting report should be able to help them out.
Tip controlled by Dixon. And as you said, these teams are very familiar with each other. Know each other inside and out. As they dump it down on the baseline, knocked away, Simmons gets it back. Swings it outside, 3 ball on the way, and good from Dixon. And here comes the pressure immediately from the Vi Queens. Kirby in rear court. Black Queen's making them take a lot of time. 10-second is approaching here. Can she get it across? Just in time. Get it into the corner now. Warner swings it back out front, in low with it. Noble, we talked about how much better the Vi Queens' outside shooting has become. They were virtually an inside team a couple of years ago. We got a foul out front here. Foul's going to be on 30. That'll be Cawthon.
Foul's going to be on the Vi Queens, number 30, Shelby Cawthon. That'll be her first, team first.
And we got a quick whistle again. This time it will go on the Lady Rockets.
I heard you talking about the Vi Queens perimeter shooting improving, T-Roy. That would make them very deadly, being inside, interior, and exterior. Anytime you can get a team and they can put together that inside-outside game, it forces you, one, to come out of any zone, forces you into man-to-man, and can be trouble.
Yeah, and that's what the Lady Rockets would love to see them become, more of a one-dimensional squad here. As fire away again, this one off the mark by Mitchell. Rebound pulled away by Kinsley Enlow. Enlow Noble has been much more aggressive on both ends and really has helped her game improve as this season has worn on.
It's exactly what Coach Merle would ask of them. As the season wears on, you want to improve in all facets of the game.
Back out now, Meagher directing traffic. Trying to get the freshman Pope to give her the screen. Does so now. Pope will get it on the left wing. Back to Kirby. Mason can't get around the defender. Gives it up now to Warner. Along the baseline, Carly off the window, no good. Pope with a rebound. Caitlin pushes it up, blocked away by Simmons and cleared by Dixon. Noble, they got the rebound they wanted, just couldn't get it back up there.
Yes, indeed. They actually got a shot attempt at it, and it was unsuccessful, though.
Simmons in the lane. Her little shot no good. Rebound pulled away, and here comes Meagher on the push. Megan in front court as that one tipped away. It'll stay with the Lady Rockets. 5:51 left here, first quarter.
Going back to that previous possession, got two shot attempts, two looks at it with that offensive rebound by Pope. So it's all you can ask for.
Meagher with it out top, and now we've got a foul away from the ball, and again, it's going to go on the Lady Rockets. It's going to be Enlow, and that's too early on Kinsley.
Both offensively, T-Roy, and you certainly don't want to see one of your starting five come out the game this early in the game, and certainly don't want to see them picking up fouls on the offensive end, which means you lose a possession.
It'll be downtown. Josie Brown, the freshman, will check in for the first time. Probably not what Coach Merle had envisioned. He wanted Enlow to be on the floor in the corner, letting it fly. The three ball is good, and that's Mitchell. Noble, we talked about how well they defended Community the first time around in that first half. Mitchell and Simmons combined had only 2 points, but Mitchell hits a three early.
Yes, indeed. She's 1 for 2 from downtown.
Kirby on the right side. She'll penetrate along the baseline. Back it back out now. As this Community defense has been really good here in the early going, Noble.
They have been, as a result of that 0 for the home team.
Nothing easy. Brown will let it fly. Three ball, this one off the mark. Out of bounds, it'll go back to Community now. As it'll be Anna Haskins, the freshman, checking in for the first time for the Vi Queens as Cawthon will exit.
And Brown doing exactly what Coach Merle asked of her. Come into the game and be aggressive.
Down the floor, they throw over the pressure. Safely in front court, they'll get it back now to Dixon to set the offense. Kick in the corner. Down low, Simmons will spin and fire. Shot no good, but we got a foul. And Noble, those fouls beginning to mount here early.
They are, and you already know, not only at the free throw line now, but it's going to give you golden opportunities come late in the second quarter.
Yeah, 3 team fouls here early. Kaylin Pope, we don't want to get her in foul trouble. That's one thing they have been able to kind of get under control, as they don't want to see her pick up those early fouls. She played with a lot of foul difficulty this season, but Noble, the last few games, she hasn't gotten into that foul difficulty. First free throw good, and Coach Merle will take a break. We'll take it as well.
because you can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
And welcome back. It's an early blitzkrieg here by the Vikings, a 7-0 start. And MJ Simmons looking to make it 8-0 here in the early going. Just over 3 minutes gone by here opening quarter. Simmons, second toss good as well. So Simmons and Mitchell have rung the bell early here, and the Vikings off to a great start against the pressure. Lady Rockets get it in the front court, but Brown, after being trapped, travel the basketball, turns it right back to the Vikings. And Noble, it couldn't be scripted any better. If you're Coach Pierce right now, his ladies have played very, very well.
Yes, indeed. I don't even know what's more impressive, T-Roy. Is it having the 8 points on offense or shutting the home team out to 0?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to go defense right now. Inside, spin Simmons, and that's what she almost has a patent on, Noble. You cannot let her get it deep in the paint.
Excellent footwork also by Simmons.
Now we got a foul on the hold in rear court on Dixon. Second foul on Community as a team. First on Zoe Dixon, as Samantha Hopkins will check in, replacing Kaven Pope. Hopkins had a great night on Monday night, Noble. They're going to need her to replicate that, as they got to find somebody to put the ball in the basket right now. It's 10-0.
That means you got to come in with the mindset to be offensive-minded.
Break the pressure in front court. Letting it fly from three. Kirby, and she connects. They really needed that one, and Hopkins is down. Maybe an ankle there. She is definitely in some pain.
Excruciating pain look on her face, T-Roy, and she just got into the game.
You hope that's one of those that really hurts bad early and you can walk it off, but she's definitely almost in tears right now with the pain.
She's not putting any weight on that, T-Roy.
And that's something they did not want to see happen either. Now where do they go?
You got to go back to your original five,
They're
T-Roy.
going to go back to Pope here.
It's not that hard, T-Roy. It's not that hard. You got to ask the young ladies to step their game up tonight and give you everything they have. And maybe then some.
10-3 here halfway through this first quarter of action. Community playing like the one right now. Swinging around the perimeter. 3 ball on the way. This one too strong by Mitchell. Rebound on the floor. They'll battle for it. Kirby after it. And I think we're going to have a foul on Community here.
Let me give Kirby credit. She dove for the ball, and as a result of that, the Vikings dove on top of her. She will be rewarded with that foul for her hustle.
3 team fouls now on both sides, as once again here comes the pressure. Almost thrown away. Kirby able to save. Get it back now into front court. They beat the pressure now. Warner at the free throw line. Dumps it on the wing. And we got to travel again on the Lady Rockets.
We're missing opportunities to be able to at least put a shot up, Troy.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you don't want to have very many empty possessions if you want to win.
I'm not asking for a high percentage of shooting, but I do want them to get some shots up.
Yeah, you just want to give yourself a chance. 3 ball on the way. This one no good. Rebound pulled away by Mason Kirby. Kirby, middle of the floor. Mason all the way down the lane, puts it up and puts it home. They didn't cut her off. Kirby with the last 5, and it's now 10-5 Community.
They broke the golden rule, didn't stop the ball.
Exactly. And Kirby, the veteran she is, kept pushing it.
Looked like she was playing for a little contact also.
Again, Mitchell from 3. This one again connects. Haley Mitchell.
I think you highlighted that they have improved on the exterior there.
Over the top, Brown with it. Bounce pass, cross the lane. Shot put up, no good. No foul as we go back the other way. Dixon's going to slow it down.
They were offensive minded.
Yeah. Simmons out front, squaring up. Another 3, good. Brothers drains the triple. And you talk about working on your weaknesses over the last couple of years, well, they've definitely done that.
Certainly doesn't look like it. Looked like a strength tonight.
It is. So far, they have shot the ball extremely well. Pulling the trigger. Meager, they left her free in and out on the triple pulled away by the Vikings as we're under 2 left here in the opening quarter. Community, their largest lead, 16-5 here in this first. Along the baseline, shot put up and in. Good drive by the freshman Haskins along the baseline.
She stepped on an ankle on her way down.
That's a couple of injuries here as they're going to get Coffin back in the game. Also into the game for the first time, J.C. Collier, the senior, 21. Now down 13 are the Lady Rockets.
The offense is not working, T-Roy. You got to lock down on defense.
Ooh, almost stolen away. Kirby gets it back. Brown from 3, off the mark. Rebound in the lane, picked back up, put in by Kirby. Mason Kirby and 1, and she has a great knack for being where the basketball is, Nova. Whenever it comes off, number 5 is going to be somewhere in the vicinity.
T-Roy, she's off at it again, my man. 2 for 2, 2-point baskets, and 1 for 3 from downtown. And
Free
as
throw
always,
good.
yes indeed, free throw, 1 for 1, Troy.
18 for Community, 8 here for Kirby in the early going. She's got all the Lady Rocket points right now. Community now as Forrest will try to put a little pressure on. Penetration, inside, little runner put up by Simmons, no good. Rebound to Carly Warner. Here comes Megan Meager on the push. Meager all the way into the paint with a little crossover, and she traveled with it. Once again, Noble, they did the right thing, pushed against the defense, but took the extra step.
They did. Again, offensive-minded. I appreciate that. Not a shot attempt as a result of the turnover.
And this was like the NBA. They touched that one, got it in quick. No time for the Lady Rockets to set up any pressure.
No, sir. The Vike Queens are offensive-minded.
Again, 3-ball Mitchell good. Boy, she is absolutely dialed in right now. 3rd triple of the quarter for her, and it is a 13-point lead once more.
She's 75% from downtown, 3 out of 4.
Break it into front court. Underneath, Pope will muscle it up. Shot no good. Rebound battle for. Kirby will get it. Mason steps back, fires, and connects. The Mary Kay facial over Mitchell that time as Kirby puts it home on the fall away.
Still perfect from the floor.
She's got all 10 of the Lady Rocket points here in the quarter. Again, Mitchell trying to answer. This one off the mark. Rebound pulled away by Warner. Got time. Under 10 seconds left here in the quarter. Kirby down the left side. Stops, pulls the trigger. This one no good. Rebound on the floor. Picked up by Coffin. Vikings will clear it, and that's how we'll end this first quarter of action. One in the books here from Forrest High School. Your score, the Vikings of Community 21 and the Lady Rockets of Forrest 10.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Great quarter for the visitors from Unionville. They lead at 21-10 after one quarter of action. And Noble, that's about as good a quarter as you're going to find.
He certainly is, T-Roy, and you can't ask for anything better than that from the Vike Queens, particularly on the road, traveling in for a big game.
Addie Howes, the 8th grader, who's checked in for the first time. Brown almost lost the hand of Warner trying to get it back. And it will be out of bounds to the Vike Queens. Nope. They're going to give it back. I thought maybe they caught a break there, Nova. I thought it was off the Lady Rockets. But
there's a lot of officials out there. I thought we tossed that one out of bounds, but I got glasses on, so I'm far away.
Also another 8th grader, Sadie Smith, in the contest. She couldn't find anyone to get that one into, and a turnover gives it back. Also another 8th grader, 3 of them on the floor here. Sienna Borba as well as they go to the youth here early in the second quarter.
As Coach say, Coach Merle's looking for a spark.
Yep. And he's not afraid to put those young ladies in.
Light a fire into somebody.
Kick another 3. This one off the mark. Rebound pulled away by Warner. They'll move it quickly the other way into front court. Howes picks up the dribble. There's Smith with it. Smith gets into the paint. Little runner. Thought she may have got a little contact. Ball pulled away by Mitchell. Gives it up, and now here comes Simmons. Gets it right back on the wing. And Noble have noticed Simmons has been much more of a perimeter player just to try to get her, I guess, some more touches as the foul by Coffin no good. Rebound pulled away again by Warner. Throughout her career, she's really been an inside presence, but really hasn't operated as much in the 2 games that we've seen them play as she did in past years.
No, she's, I guess, being kind of passive. Hadn't seen much of her in the past, but she has been deferring to the other players.
Smith along the baseline. Sadie had it punched away, and out of bounds will be Mitchell. It'll go back to the Lady Rockets.
Let me ask you a question, offensive-minded player. Do sometimes you just, if somebody is going, or you just defer to other players, or you just let the game come to you sometime if you somebody like Coffin?
You know, and it's one of those things I think as a veteran player, you kind of learn to let the game come to you. But it's really tempting if you're that good an offensive player not to get a little frustrated because you know you need touches, but she hadn't gotten an awful lot here early. But you look at the scoreboard, and it's a team game, and you're up 11, so not a whole lot to be upset about.
No need for frustration to set in.
Warner puts it on the floor. Carly off the window and in. Talked about, I thought she might be one of the players they need to step up if they had a chance to win here tonight. First bucket for her, and she's already got 4 rebounds. And we got a foul on the backside here. That's going to be the 4th team foul on the Lady Rockets. That's one going to go on Addie Howes. Howes first. Get it in, let it fly. Mitchell again. Boy, they have got to right now, and Coach Merle is not happy. You've got to find a shooter and not give them an easy look like she got there.
She is 4 of 7, and I don't know how you lose her.
Nope, she got a wide open shot. It was a 3, but she had a good look, got her shoulder square, and that was a nice shot.
That's all she's been shooting is 3. She don't have any 2-point attempts.
Josie Brown trying to answer, and downtown Josie Brown connects. That's something she's been able to bring to this offense is that outside shooting ability.
She brought it at a much-needed opportunity.
Gets them back to within 9, trying to answer the other way, and doing so is Brothers. And Noble, not something I'm used to seeing is this outside barrage from the Vikings.
I tell you what, I can't wait till halftime to count up how many shot attempts they had. Most of them come from 3-point range.
Warner puts it on the floor, fakes, and on the reach-in, it's Coffin. 5th team foul on the Vikings as we are just over 3 minutes gone by here, second quarter. Meagher and Pope will check back in. It'll be Borba and Howes exiting for the Lady Rockets, but you got 3 minutes out of your 8th graders there, Noble.
You did. Coach Merle did the best coaching job he can do. Enlow with 2 fouls, Pope with 1, had a chance to get a breather, and you got some quality play time from your 8th graders.
Smith kicks it over to Warner beyond the arc. Carly puts it on the floor, goes baseline again, tried to shovel it inside. Off the hands of Mitchell, out of bounds, and back to the Lady Rockets. 12-point game, and Noble, for as well as Community has played, you would think this one would be 20 and the Lady Rockets in the rearview mirror, but they're still hanging around as Brown fires again. This one just off the mark, but rebound to Carly Warner. Warner back up and got it. Carly Warner. She's got 4, and we're back to 10.
Carly Warner has 3 of those 5 rebounds on offense, T. Roy. Second chance opportunities.
Kick in the corner. Another open three on the way. This one good. They have just continued to wear it out from downtown. That time the freshman Anna Haskins.
I don't even know how to defend that, T-Roy.
I'll be honest with you, Noble. If I'm Simmons right now, I'm definitely going inside and camping out. You ought to have plenty of operating room now with the way they're shooting it from outside because you got to respect it.
You do have to respect it. I know that much.
Got a whistle and a foul. This one down low. It's going to go on Coughlin. That's a couple on her.
I got it for 3, T-Roy.
You got 3?
Yes, sir, I got it for 3. And you know
you're right.
You don't ask me to do much, so I can at least keep up with 5.
So she'll check out. And Noble, she hasn't been much of a factor tonight. She was a really big factor in game 1 between these two teams, especially on the offensive glass.
And they won't need anybody on the glass because they're knocking shots down.
Coming around the screen, firing is Smith, no good. Rebound to Community. Quickly on the outlet, here they come. Mitchell. Meager picks her up. Inside they go now. Simmons spins, fires, and scores. You get it that deep with her, and it's just about a gimme.
Footwork, T-Roy. She doesn't require anything. Maybe only one dribble is all she ever needs.
Yeah. Very efficient down in the paint. 15-point lead. Brown again. This one no good. On the box out, we're going to have a foul. Is that one going to go on Simmons or Pope? Let's see. They're going to call that on MJ Simmons, and that will put the Lady Rockets into the 1-and-1 as Pope just continued to fight Noble, and she'll pick up a hustle free throw here for that.
Seen twice. Seen it from Kirby. Now you see it from Pope. That's extra hustle, and you get rewarded as a result of having the other team get a foul.
So 1-and-1 for the Lady Rockets as it will be Kagan Pope to the strike.
She's going there and being rewarded for the hustle play, T-Roy.
Settles in. The freshman's toss. Back iron, no good.
We got a lane violation. Yes, indeed. Going to get another shot at this one here, Pope.
Noble, I'm looking down behind the bench. They attended to Samantha Hopkins for a while. Second toss by Pope, no good. As we go back the other way to the corner, Haskins, they'll work it back out along the perimeter. Baseline penetration, and this one be out of bounds off the Lady Rockets.
T-Roy, you know better than I do. Up until Samantha gets up and starts trying that ankle out, there's no chance of her coming back.
Mitchell again. This one no good. Rebound to Carly Warner on a nice box out. She did a good job keeping Simmons off the glass. On the move. Quick three on the way. This one no good from Kirby. Pulled away on the board by Mitchell, and here come the Vi Queens.
Quickly back.
Under 3 left here, second quarter. They'll swing it around. Mitchell underneath the cutter. Simmons puts it up and draws a foul. Once again, that's where she is really talented, Noble. Got really good hands in the paint. She has great body control in there. You're not going to get her with an awful lot of offensive fouls. Very patient, deliberate with her moves. Puts it up and in.
I tell you what I liked about it, and I don't know much about basketball. She showed the numbers on her jersey. She squared up right in front of the jump shooter and gave them a good entry pass.
1 of 2 from the line, and once again, Warner will clear it. Carly's had a nice game. Couple of buckets and multiple rebounds here early.
I got it down for 7, T-Roy. Rebounds.
Still got a couple of minutes plus left here first half. Into the corner. Carly with it. Punched away. She gets it back. Now needs some help. Penetrates between the defenders. Puts it up, and we got an offensive foul. Ooh. Carly picks up the foul. Noble, that's a tough call.
Yes, it is, T-Roy. And official down on the post down there, right there on the spot. But I think he's calling it player control foul.
Warner got between the two defenders that had her trapped initially. Took it straight to the bucket, and then, as she said, got the foul on the charge. Stevie Dickinson, the sophomore, will check in for the first time. As Community brings it into front court. Working it around the perimeter they go. Into the corner. Now cross court. Simmons funnels it back out. Mitchell open three. This one no good. Long rebound controlled by the Lady Rockets. Smith will clear it, and here comes Megan Meagher. Baseball pass into the corner. Brown back out to Smith, who will set it up now with Megan Meagher. Gives away to Mason Kirby. Kirby directing traffic now as she brings it right side. And we got a foul away from the ball.
Yes, indeed. Crossing, T-Roy, doing an excellent job of running Coach Merle's offense. You had Brown crossing across, and she got bumped like a wide receiver going across the middle, getting bumped by a linebacker.
Noble, here's where you have to convert if you're the Lady Rockets. These free throws here for the rest of the half, easy points with time stopped.
You certainly do. You need to knock some of these down and maybe try to put on a little full court press if you can.
Brown misfires on the front end of the 1-and-1. That's the second one they've missed, and now Kirby getting tangled up with Mitchell. And we're going to walk to the other end now for 1-and-1 for the Vi Queens. 17 foul committed by the Lady Rockets. So a swing of events they didn't want to see right there. Missed the front end of their 1-and-1, and now we go back to the other end for Mitchell, who has been red hot, Noble. How many she got tonight already?
I have her down for 4 successful field goals from 3, making 12 points total.
Missed the free throw, and we head the other way, approaching the 1-minute mark. Kick on a wing, Kirby with it. Swing it around the perimeter. Mason on the penetration, gets inside, off the window and in. Very well executed once again, Noble.
She doesn't miss from inside there. She's 4 for 4 in the paint, T-Roy.
She's pretty good just about anywhere.
I give you that.
Another three. Haskins bombs away, shot no good. Tip goes right into the hands of Dickinson, who puts it up. It finds its way home, and she'll go to the line.
I know you have to get the ball high enough to get over the rim, and she barely got it high enough to get over the rim, T-Roy.
And I think partially the block helped it get there as well. It kind of looked like he just hit it from the back, and it kind of shot out of there.
It took everything for it to get over top of the rim.
Dickinson's free throw, that one gets over the rim, finds its way into the net. 3-point play, and now a 17-point lead for the Vi Queens. 36-19 here. And this one, nothing like the first one. It was tight throughout the first half, back and forth. Tonight it has been all Vi Queens.
That difference in the three-point shot knocking down for the Vi Queens and us having trouble in the first quarter, relying heavily on Kirby with all 10 points.
In the paint, little runner put up by Smith, no good. Rebound battle for, controlled by Kirby, who puts it up, shot won't drop. Controlled now by the Vi Queens. 20 seconds left here in the half, and they're going to play for the final shot.
That's the proper play, T-Roy.
Yeah. I said they were. 3 ball on the way and good.
I guess that's a case of no, 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 yes.
Yeah. Makes it a 20-point game. Lady Rockets with time. The trailer is Meagher. The 3 is off the back iron, no good. And it has been an excellent first half here for the Vi Queens. We'll head to the break. We're going to have a foul just before halftime here. Technical foul. Coach Merle, and let's see what we're going to get here. I think it's going to go on Warner as they were battling for the ball.
Those are the numbers he put up, but I thought the half was over and I was looking down, so I won't be able to offer you any commentary to T-Roy. I can't offer any color at all to this one.
Well, to the line to add insult to injury here. Tossed by Mitchell, good.
Well, we know clearly why she got selected to shoot the free throw, though.
Settles in again, takes her time, second one good as well. And that'll close out this first half of action here, finally, for the Lady Rockets. A merciful end, 41 points in the first half for the Vi Queens. As we will head halftime here in Chapel Hill with your score at the break. Community 41 and Forrest 19.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
And welcome back here at halftime. Special presentation that we want to get a little bit of here, as many Rocket fans and, of course, basketball fans in general. Coach Tom Wigington, the legendary coach here in Chapel Hill, his legacy will be honored here at halftime. And
tonight, we would like to take some time to recognize Coach Tom Wigington for his time here at Forrest School. Coach Wigington came to Forrest in 1962 as a teacher, then became head coach of the Lady Rockets, called the Rockettes at the time, in 1971. He went on to coach the Rockettes for 17 years until his retirement in 1988. With Coach Wigington at the helm, the Rockettes won 7 district championships and 1 region championship. They had 4 sub-state appearances and 2 state tournament appearances in 1973 and 1978. Coach Wigington was once quoted as saying, "I'm proud of our accomplishments here. We have had success, and a lot of that credit goes to some great girls that have worn the Rocket uniform." With Miss Fran dutifully by his side, Coach Wigington worked with many Rockettes and had a great impact on their life. Some of those very Rockettes are here with us tonight. Tonight, we recognize Coach Tom Wigington for his many accomplishments and contributions to Forrest School. We would like to thank his family for allowing Forrest School to have a part in their lives, and we would like to present them with a little something. We are glad to have Coach Wigington's family members with us, including children Jackie Perryman and Tommy Wigington, and grandchildren Ryan and Brad Perryman. This sign was outside of the new gym to let everyone know who parked in that spot to come in and watch games whenever he wanted. Thank you, Coach Wigington.
And a very nice honor here at halftime. And if you've been around the ladies' game of basketball, especially in this area, it's a name you will recognize. Coach Tom Wigington, longtime coach here at Forrest High School, and he was coaching in his prime. I think he was in his prime throughout, but they had some great teams when I was at Moore County. It was you came to Chapel Hill, you were going to take an L if you were coming here. And what a legacy he leaves is his family being honored in a celebration of Coach Wigington here at halftime. And we're joined by Rocket head basketball coach Shane Chapman. And Shane, a lot of tradition here and working on trying to establish a little Rocket tradition as well.
We're trying to get the basketball boys program the recognition that it deserves. You know, it starts with a young group. You know, there's a big section of young kids from Del Kenson down there, over there across the way. You know, last week got a little rowdy, so we gave them their own little section to get loud in, and that's where you build a basketball culture at, is with the young kids and the older guys have bought into it too, and they're trying to encourage these young kids and, you know, just trying to get the thing rolling the right direction. And hopefully we can have a situation like this maybe for me 50 years from now.
You're right, man. Hopefully I'll be here. I don't know. Let's see. How much older are you than me? How are you older now?
I'm old enough to know better. I'll be 43 here in a couple months.
So you'd be 93 now. I'll be long gone by then.
I'll be long gone too, brother. I promise you.
But the one thing that we talked about that I want to get you to bring up, talk about when you're building a program as you are. Talk about the numbers, just how many players you have in Chapel Hill that are playing basketball now.
I've got 20. I've had 20 on my team the last 2 years, and our junior pro program has grown by leaps and bounds since I've been here. Jessica Preston does an excellent job with that. We've got 278 boys and girls in Chapel Hill playing junior pro basketball from 3rd grade into the 6th grade. So we've got a large number of kids playing basketball that are interested in playing basketball, and we're just going to try to use that big pool to pick from and, have some success hopefully down the road when they get up in middle school and high school.
Let's talk about tonight. You got a team coming in here, community, that you're battling for 3rd and 4th tonight. If you win, you're in 3rd by yourself. Then, of course, you have to sort out the mess because Grundy County and Cascade both undefeated in district play right now, but they're going to play tonight and Monday night as well.
Yeah, they're Grundy and Cascade are going to play Friday and Monday. They're at Grundy tonight, so I'll be interested in seeing how that game plays out. But, for our guys, we've got to take care of business at home. We've had a good couple of days of practice. We got a snow day in there to get some extra work in, extra shots up. Those guys in purple are in the same boat we are. They're kind of struggling, trying to get some wins and play some good basketball. And we're trying to, kind of make this game a tournament kind of atmosphere that we'll need, going down the stretch. Kids are bought in. Kids are playing hard. We're going to go out tonight and give it all we got and try to put ourselves solely in 3rd with hopes of getting another shot at Grundy on our home floor in the first round of the district tournament.
Coach, and you look across the way, this is what you want to see. This is the kind of crowd you want to see get in here tonight, and really that's what builds, as you said, the program. And I thought it was wonderful against Grundy. You talked about those little 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders that got down on the floor, and they helped you in that game. Got the big guy from Grundy ended up getting a technical because those little fellas were yelling at him, and I thought, hey, that's great. They're into the game, and that's what you want to see.
And that's the kind of culture I want to get, and I know Miss Pfeiffer is big on class, pride, and tradition, and I'm big on that as well, cheering for your team, playing hard, cheering hard, supporting the guys on the floor, the girls on the floor, night in, night out. Basketball is a long season, a lot of games in a short amount of time. And, the kids have bought in, the community has bought in, and I'm so grateful, so thankful to be here. This is the kind of gym you want, the kind of atmosphere you want on a Friday night basketball game with a big district opponent coming in. And let's just hope the girls can put something together in the second half, and let's hope the boys can put 4 quarters together to put another Rocket win on the board.
Now, I asked this question almost tongue-in-cheek, but after Monday night, you saw what they did running up and down the floor. It's not something that we're used to seeing you do, but they played really loose and shot the ball better than they have in a while.
And that's something we've talked about since, matter of fact, since the first time we played Unionville a few weeks ago. And our thing was just play loose. Just remember why you play the game. It's not, for mom and dad. It's because you love the game. It's because you like playing in the gym when nobody's here. And working and playing like that. If you're open, let it fly. If it's not, swing it to the guy that is, and let's shoot that shot. And on defense, we've kind of hung our hat since I've been here on playing really hard defense. Our size has kind of gotten in our way with us being a little bit smaller and undersized. But, the kids have played hard. We can get up and down the floor. We've got some guys that can do some stuff. Our size is what's hurt us. But with that, we've also been able to move a little bit quicker up and down the floor. But the depth that we have has kind of prohibited us from pressing and running as much as I would like to. But Monday night against a good Spring Hill team, we got to see that stuff. We're going to try to push the envelope as much as we can tonight, and hopefully we'll come out of here with a win.
Coach, let's hope you give all of those folks over there on the opposite side, on the home side, something to cheer about here tonight.
Go Rockets.
Go Rockets. Coach Shane Chapman here at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half tip-off after this.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Noble, got just a couple of seconds before we get started here. Quick numbers.
Yes, indeed. Let me give you a real quick number, one to jump off the page at you. The Lady Rockets, 23 shot attempts first half. The Vikings, 24 shot attempts. Yes, indeed. 15 shots from three-point range for the Vikings is the difference in this game.
Wow. And they really were efficient from downtown. Mitchell got them started, but they had Dixon. Let's see who else. It was the freshman. Haskins got a couple. They really shot it well from long range.
Brothers was 2 for 2. Obviously, Mitchell 4 for 7 from downtown, and Haskins 1 for 3. So again, I repeat, 24 shot attempts for the Vikings, 23 shot attempts for the Lady Rockets. And if you look at the score difference, you know they were much more efficient.
That is I would have thought the Vikings got up quite a few more shots in the first half. That's a telltale there.
They were efficient, T-Roy, and effective.
Simmons swings it out. There they go again. Dixon from 3, and Noble, exactly how you draw it up. Inside, outside, and that was effective.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. I don't know how you defend that when they got it working like that.
Enlow, after a long seat in that first half, drives it in and scores it. Enlow got those 2 quick fouls. Noble, I think the more impressive thing tonight is Community has done this as they do there on the back door with Coffin. They've done this against a Lady Rocket team that takes some pride in their defense.
They've just been efficient on offense, T-Roy, and I mean, efficient offense beats most defenses, right?
Yeah, if but you say, hey, if I can get in your face and give you some problems, as Enlow will fire 3, no good. Rebound pulled away, and a lot of times they'll say good defense will shut down good offense. That hadn't been the case here tonight.
Has not. 7 rebounds by Warner first half. I want to also highlight that, T-Roy.
A lot of coaches will tell you if they're scoring at that rate, we're not playing good defense.
Well said. You're not going to get a lot of rebounds either, though.
Inside they go. Simmons muscles it up, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled away again by Warner. Back the other way quickly. Here comes Enlow. Kinsley on the left wing. Trying to get it to Kirby. Now she'll continue to dribble out top and set it up. Hand off to Kirby. And Noble, we've kind of let it get lost amongst all the offensive exploits, but Lady Rockets just got 21 on the board right now. Good defense by the Vikings as well.
I don't think by the look on your face, you didn't lose you, T-Roy. 23 shot attempts, only 21 points. Opposite of that, 24 shot attempts for the Vikings with 41 points. So again, it doesn't get lost in their efficiency.
Yeah. Penetration. Meager will fire it up. Shot no good. On the outlet. In front of the pack. Mitchell all the way under. She'll put it up and in. That's an easy bucket right there. And Coach Merle not happy. You got to feel right now, you could probably fire an egg on top of his head right now. He is not a happy camper as they'll take time out.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
And welcome back. Noble, right now, 27-point lead for Community. Everything rolling for them. And this is one of those games where if you're a coach and a player, you're sitting here and you're looking, you're saying, you know what, we're probably not going to win right now. We've only got 13 more minutes left to play, and we're down 27. But the challenge becomes, as a coach, you say, look, we're stopping right here. It's 0-0 from 5:41 left here in the third quarter. You put that behind you. I want to see what we've got until the end. I want to see what you're made of.
I like that, T-Roy, because at halftime you go in there and you try to change up the script when it was 41-19. But then you come out second half and the opposing team runs 7-0 runs. So at some point in time you got to change up the mindset of the young lady for the Lady Rockets.
Well, and I think, too, the thing they're going to be most unhappy about is Enlow fires away from three and connects. Kinsley's second bucket here in the third quarter. I think the one thing they're not happy about is sometimes it's more of a mental error when you let somebody get behind you like they did on the open layup by Mitchell. That's what they're not going to be happy about. Bombing away again. This one will not drop. Controlled by Megan Meager. Coaches can deal many times with physical things that you do. It's the mental things that really drive them nuts.
And again, also, T-Roy, keep in mind there was a lot of shot opportunities that the Lady Rockets didn't get due to turnovers in the first half also. So that's another mental aspect to work on.
Out front, Kirby. Mason with a dribble as Brothers creeps out. By Queens man-to-man. Lady Rockets working it inside. Nice cut inside. Easy bucket for Meager. Good cut by Megan and a nice recognition by Warner. Quick pass to her while she was wide open, put it up and in.
Both Lady Rockets deserve to be acknowledged, T-Roy. I'm glad you did so.
Now a little pressure by the Lady Rockets. Out front. Dixon gives it up. And Noble, Brothers will fire. Three ball in and out, no good. Battle for the loose ball controlled by the Vikings, and as they tried to get it out of there, Coughlin couldn't run it down. Turnover. I keep thinking, Noble, at some point you want to get after the Vikings because you look at their guards, and in past years it was one of those instances where you could pressure them a little bit. But these young ladies have handled any kind of pressure that the Lady Rockets have put on them right now and handled it well.
Let me try it this way. They look like they're fairly decent ball handlers, so they don't look like handling the rock is too difficult for them. So handling that ball starts a lot with your ability to be able to dribble and pass the ball around the horn.
Here's the thing I like. A couple of years ago, very glaring weaknesses for the Vikings. They didn't shoot the three ball well, and I didn't think they handled pressure very well. They have really worked on that, players and staff, identifying weaknesses and really working on trying to correct them. Is a hard foul down on the other end. Simmons takes it in, fouled by Meager, who was not going to give her the easy one there.
I think Simmons just made my point, T-Roy. Would you go out on a limb with me and say Simmons, physique-wise, may be, with that interior presence, may be their best player?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you not see when she stole the ball how comfortable she was dribbling all the way? And that's all I'm saying. Anytime you got nice ball handling skills, you're going to reduce your turnovers, and it just makes the game much simpler.
Well, and she's a young lady, I think, too. You look at her and you think maybe she plays some at the next level. You know, she may get an NAIA scholarship, something like that, it may be a Freed or somewhere close, because she is talented. But at that next level, you can't be 5'11", and play inside at her, so you got to be able to handle and shoot. So we see her trying to work on her game, and being able to pressure out on the ball, being able to step out and receive the passes, put it on the floor. It's just a rounding out of her game as well.
She's not a point guard, but she will have to play wing at the next level.
Smith, the 8th grader, fires from three. It's no good, and we've got a foul underneath. It'll be on Brothers. 3:18 left here, third quarter. 24-point Viqueen lead as they have come out here tonight with every intention of leaving no doubt as to who the top team is in district play. Once again, ball tied up as Enlow will scrap with Simmons. Jump ball leaves it with the Lady Rockets on the alternating possession. Smith out top. And Noble, I think one of the things is you've got these 8th graders in here in situations like this. You want to see how they step up to the challenge next year.
You certainly do. Continue to give them some reps, Coach Merle, is all I can ask you to do.
Yeah, and I think with the way they played here tonight, he's going to be more than happy to give them more reps.
I think they earned the opportunity to get more reps that first night I seen them, which was about 4 or 5 games ago.
Inside, Pope tries to muscle it up, and we're going to have a jump ball situation, this time going over to Unionville. And Noble, the veteran in Simmons, you saw what she did. Didn't jump, didn't bring her hands down, kept them straight in the air.
Fundamentals, right?
Fundamentals.
They used to call Tim Duncan the big fundamental, so she has that presence out there.
Vi Queens with it in front court, dribbling between defenders. There's the kick in the corner. Fake, then put it on the floor. Firing is Haskins, no good. Rebound controlled, right back up, too strong. There's Simmons on the follow. Step through, shot too strong on the other side. Dixon with it. Now they'll get a fourth look here, Noble.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy, and just seem to be around all the loose balls.
Yeah.
And all the shot attempts they taking are deep quality shots.
Dixon on the drive. This time Menlo trying to get over. Applies the hard foul. That's 3 now on Kinsley.
Did you see her not settle for the jump shot, T-Roy?
Yeah.
She made a couple of dribbles and went inside, and she's going to be rewarded for it.
Stepping up to the line. Dixon toss left it a little short. She'll get another. Less than 2 minutes left here, third quarter.
At what stage in your game do you evolve where you stop taking 15-foot jumpers and take 2 dribbles and go in and shoot an 8-foot jumper, T-Roy?
I don't know, Noble. I'm probably not the guy to ask that question because I was probably a little more stubborn. That unless I had, if I tried to get open from long range, and if you gave it to me, I didn't care if there was nobody within 6 miles of me. I was going to shoot the 3. But
so you didn't buy into the concept, I'm going to give up this 15-foot jumper for a closer shot. You didn't buy into that concept.
If I had somebody on me, I might put it on the floor and try to get inside. But normally, if I was open, I just let it fly wherever I got it from. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. That time, Mitchell, it works out for her. Another 3.
She's 5 from 10 from downtown, T-Roy. That's 50%, my man.
They'll take that.
Anybody should.
They'll take that from 2, much less 3. Lead back to 27 now, 53-26. Look at how they are making the Lady Rockets operate away from the goal. Warner puts it on the floor, gets inside, blocked from behind, picked back up, and put in by Mason Kirby.
Right on the spot. Always seem to be in the right place.
Once again, right place, right time. Mason Kirby again.
She has 3 offensive rebounds according to my stat sheet.
Inside, knocked away there by Pope as she got in front of Simmons.
She's got a tough job down there. T-Roy, how much height she giving up down there with Simmons? 4 or 5 inches?
She's probably giving up at least 2 or 3, but also the build factor that Simmons is a senior, Pope only a freshman.
Got you.
Firing again from 3. Mitchell no good. Inside position by Dixon and a foul on Josie Brown. But Noble, you get a chance now because at one time Mitchell and Simmons were young freshmen who were getting a chance to play, and they were being beat up on by some of the older Lady Rockets.
Rites of passage, huh?
Yeah. And now they are the elder stateswomen, we'll say, is another 3 by Haskins.
She's 2 for 4 from downtown.
Final 20 seconds of the quarter here as they'll back it out.
She's not even a starter.
No. And she's a freshman as well.
All right, there you have it.
You got a setup here. You look, you've got Pope and Brown that are playing a lot as freshmen. Of course, Enlow only a sophomore. And then you've got all those 8th graders. You've got some numbers and some young ladies that have been on the floor, so a lot to look forward to.
And sometimes that's the conversation you need to be having if you're having an honest conversation.
Mitchell shot no good. That's how we'll end this third quarter of action. Vi Queens pick up right where they left off. We head to the fourth quarter. It's Community by 28.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
Boy, heading to the fourth quarter, 56-28 Community, and Community won 5 in a row coming in, and Noble, they are really peaking at the right time. They have played much better basketball here tonight.
They have, T-Roy. Just to add to the shot attempt conversation, that quarter, Lady Rockets had 8 shot attempts. Vi Queens had 15 shot attempts, almost double in the ability of shots they put up, T-Roy.
Brown stops, decides to pass on the shot, gives it up Warner. Carly gets inside, the runner good. Carly Warner now with half a dozen.
Used every bit of that Forrest pad that time, T-Roy, to protect herself.
Nicely done by Carly. She's looking at getting a double-double tonight, Noble. A couple of more buckets.
Yes, indeed, and doing a fine job on the glass also, both ends.
Community, Mitchell. Somebody take a timeout right now. I want to just get a bucket of water and douse her really good. She is absolutely burning it up tonight.
She is on fire.
I think that may be the only way they could stop her tonight. She is, and Noble, I think the thing they're going to be disappointed about is when they're contested shots, as Enlow fires again, Kinsley connects from downtown.
Now she was pouring water. She had it raining that time, T-Roy.
Yeah. That's what you want to see out of her. Her long-range game has been rounding into form here the last half of the season.
I got her 2 for 3 from downtown, T-Roy. Those are good numbers as well.
Inside, quick catch and a shot put up and a lot of contact inside. That's one of those, Nova, where if you come inside, better expect some contact. They're not going to let you come in there without a few bumps and bruises. As Simmons got inside but drew a pretty hard foul from Pope.
And you have to remind folks that we're just not going to let it be easy for you. So I don't have an issue at all. I think that's an excellent job by Pope that time.
You know, things have changed and times have changed, but, you know, used to, when I played, it was like the Pistons and the Bulls back in the bad boy days. If somebody came in the lane, you didn't let it be easy.
Now, I do understand times have changed, T-Roy. That was a different type of ball they were playing back then. They have a whole lot more respect for their stars in the game this day and age. They want them to play a little longer.
Exactly. I just think that's what adds to MJ's greatness. I'm going to date myself because a lot of folks are seeing LeBron James, who's about to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the top scorer in NBA history. MJ, I just thought with the way he played and the time he played, he would have probably had 50 a game these days.
Somebody at home will get this and appreciate it. I won't spend much time on it. Last time I seen LeBron, he was fussing over getting hit on the arm, T-Roy.
Yeah, it was like New York City getting mugged every time you went to paint back in the day.
He was fussing about getting hit on the arm. Now, mind you, he would have got 2 free throws and just needed just one of them to win the game, but that's the difference in what you're saying. MJ didn't put on a big fuss about getting hit across his wristwatch.
And as it becomes with each passing generation, you have the star that's in your generation that you attach yourself to, and by you seeing them play, they are, of course, the best ever. You know, my dad, he would argue with me when I would say, hey, you know, Jordan was great or this one was great or what. Well, you ought to saw so-and-so play. You know, baseball, Mickey Mantle, he was a big Yankees fan. But, you know, we see that now. Now I'm getting old. I'm like, okay, I'll latch on to MJ. So
it's I don't know why someone would get in a heated debate over who's the greatest when you have generational conversations like that. I think it's just unfair not only to the players, but it's unfair to your conversation because I don't know how anybody can win that argument.
Well, times definitely change over the years, just like it is in high school basketball. We talk about, you've seen with Coach Wigington being honored at halftime. There were a lot of those young ladies that were household names because they were so good each and every year. And, you know, you look at now at some of the good teams, the state championship team they had, and the list of great players goes on, and people will, you know, naturally compare. Well, this girl played, and 10 years after this one, maybe the competition was a little better then, maybe it wasn't. So, you know, it's one of the things as fans we get to kind of discuss, makes it fun.
it does make it fun. And I tell you what was fun for me just then was seeing that stop and pop by Enlow that time in transition. Come down, ball under control, taking that jump shot.
Shot put up, Mitchell no good. Rebound inside, battle for, we got a jump ball situation. And Noble, that's the confident Enlow I think that we want to see. Much more assertive here this last half of the season.
Yes, indeed. And she has quality numbers, T-Roy. Unless I missed something, listen to these numbers, T-Roy. She is 2 for 2 at 2-point shots. She is 2 for 3 from downtown, T-Roy. You'll take that every night.
Yeah. You just like to see her be a little more assertive, and that's where she's looking for the ball. And downtown, Josie Brown nails another one. Josie's second triple of the night.
And you said she's a freshman also?
Freshman also.
There you go, T-Roy. It ought to be nice to be able to call out a starting 5 next year. So got a couple of young ladies out there that look like they will stay aggressive.
3 again. Mitchell no good. I'm surprised they let her have that one. Kirby on the move. Pass tipped away as she was trying to get it to Enlow. Lady Rockets will play it in.
Is that student section Coach Chapman was talking about?
That's that student section Coach Chapman was talking about.
Oh, anybody who's playing high school ball would love to have a student section. I need to see them paint their face or put some uniforms on. They got a blackout or back out section over there.
Yeah, blackout. It's everybody. They got a few of the blue-clad youngsters, and we might sneak off here and get a little.
They from the elementary school?
Yeah, again, 3 no good. This one out of bounds, and before they get it back in, let's take a shot over here. Noble, that is some of those young folks that get down on the floor and really get after it. They make it fun. We were watching them, and we were just dying laughing at their enthusiasm during that Grundy game. They were into it.
It's a nice atmosphere, T-Roy.
It is.
As I came in and hit campus tonight, they parked all the way around the school building, so it's a lot of folks on campus tonight for this game.
Noble, we're talking about Coach Wigington, and I came to the realization the other night that the old gym here in Chapel Hill, of course, has long been gone. Moore County's gym has a brand new facility there. Cascade's gym, new facility. Community, of course, new facility. There's only one place I think that I played in that's still the same, and that's Huntland.
Okay.
So that's when you know you're getting old, but there's a lot of tradition around all those programs. Again, they get in the paint and score again. Mitchell's just really had a game tonight.
She is under control when she penetrates as well, so she's a nice offensive player, Troy.
Enlow fires just inside the arc, a little too strong. Rebound tipped around, pulled by Community. Brothers now will walk it into front court. We're under 3 minutes left here. Vi Queens are going to pick up the regular season title as that one of the few turnovers they've made tonight. Kirby along the baseline. Mason had it punched away and stolen back by Dixon. Vi Queens are going to move to 5-0 and capture the regular season district title, and with that, the 1 seed. Lady Rockets will fall to 3-2 in the district. They will finish as the 2 seed.
If the Vi Queens play like this every campaign out, they'll be hard to beat.
I know you just said something I was thinking about. If they can play this way when you get to the region tourney, they got a chance of making another sub-state appearance.
That'd be hard to beat. They certainly going to be a tough out. If they can put the interior game with this exterior game, if they can knock shots down at the clip in which they're knocking them down tonight, they will be hard to knock off.
Vi Queens just working that clock. Whistle. Rockets pick up the foul. Kaylin Pope. Pope has stayed out of foul difficulty for the most part. His Community now will bring in a fresh 5. Lady Rockets will have Smith, Sadie Smith, Josie Brown, Addie Howes, Carly Warner, and Kinsley Enlow 5 on the floor. As Community gets it in now, Dickinson with it. Swinging on the wing, penetration along the baseline. Cut off by Warner. Inside, quick shot put up off the window and in. That's 25, the freshman, or excuse me, the senior Reagan Haley. $66-40. What an offensive show tonight.
It has been quite a performance by the Vike Queens.
Inside, shot put up and in. Nice move there by Howes.
Speaking of performing, yes indeed.
Hey, these young ladies are making the most of their opportunities here tonight.
Hey,
pushing for more playing time, Noble.
When opportunities exist, when they present themselves, you must use them as such.
Izzy Martinez, a sophomore. Martinez got a lot more time last year, Noble. She was in the rotation and now in here at the end of the game. So that tells you they've had some young ladies that have really stepped forward.
Yes, indeed. We're going to get a foul down low here in a second, T-Roy. I'm not sure exactly who he's going to call it on, but we got a couple elbows and a couple forearms down low on the post play there. But maybe the official's looking up at the clock and saying we're just going to let this play out. But I would like to see him call that just so that the ladies know that's not something we want to tolerate in the game.
Anna Rabin checks in for the first time. The sophomore has another bucket for Community. Lady Rockets, 40 seconds left in the contest. They're going to see their 4-game win streak come to an end and go on the road trying to avenge an earlier season loss to the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville City.
It's on February 7th, correct? Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
Yes, sir.
3 on the way. Borba left it short. Rebound battle for on the floor, picked up by Community. And we've got a quick whistle as we get one last player in here for Community. Annie Prince, a freshman, number 40, will check in. Martinez to play it in. 17 seconds left. 19-5 will be the record after this one for the Vi Queens. Lady Rockets will drop to 8-14. As the Vi Queens have really come in here tonight and dominated this contest.
From beginning to end, T-Roy, it's been one-sided.
Yeah, Lady Rockets have never led in this game. It was a 10-0 run early, and the Lady Rockets never recovered.
That barrage of threes they were putting up there in that first quarter, it is kind of difficult to overcome something like that because typically what you're waiting on is for some of those shots to stop falling, correct? But
correct.
They didn't stop falling.
Catherine Seago, the freshman, with the free throw. She's got 3 quick points here late. Puts this one home. It'll be a 70 spot tonight for the Vi Queens. Second one, no good. Rebound battle for and controlled by the Lady Rockets. We're going to have a foul. No, check that jump ball. It'll go to the Lady Rockets. 4.6 seconds left, and Lady Rockets will see if they can get one more shot up. Smith into front court, and the ball knocked away, and that will do it. Vi Queens secure the regular season district crown. They move to 19-5 overall, 5-0 in district play as they take down the Lady Rockets tonight by a final of 69-42. We'll take a break. We'll be back to preview boys action coming your way next here on TC Sports 1.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive. Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
And welcome back here between contests. As you see on the screen, 69-42 your final in our opener here tonight. Community, a perfect 5-0 in district play, and you see why here tonight. It was a sterling performance from start to finish. They led it 10-0 early. Never led did the Lady Rockets in the contest. They got it to 10-5, and that's about as close as they ever got, Noble. It was complete domination from start to finish by the Vi Queens here tonight.
It was, T-Roy. I won't spend much time talking about the Vi Queens. I'll just be real simple. Leading scorer was Mitchell. Unofficially, I have her for 23 points, T-Roy, so it's certainly worth noting that Mitchell had 23 points, and Simmons, I got Simmons for 10 points, T-Roy, and the reason why I want to go with those two and highlight those two, they had the inside and the outside game working, so that's unofficial. I may not have them right, but the two of them accounted for 33 of those 69 points, but just wanted you to know that the inside-outside game was working. Let's get to your home team, the Lady Rockets. I just wanted to highlight a couple things here, T-Roy. Mason Kirby had 14 points. Obviously, you know she had those first 10 in the first quarter, but contributing unofficially, I'm missing a couple of points here, but unofficially, Enlow came through late in the game. She has 10 points, so she was in double figures. Carly Warner, she came through, she had 6 points. Josie Browns also 6 points as well. So it was key there. So you had 4 contributing there for the Lady Rockets. So I just want to keep that in mind. But again, I want to highlight the fact that Warner did more than just contribute those 6 points that I have unofficially there. She contributed again. I quit counting at some point in time, got caught up in the game, but she had 8 rebounds for the game there, T-Roy. So great job giving everything you could give to Coach Merle when maybe your offense wasn't there.
You know, I felt like, Noble, and I said this at the start of the game, I felt like there needed to be somebody else that was going to step up tonight, and I felt like they had to have Carly do so. And you told me she had 6 points and 10 rebounds, probably at least, here tonight. You know, you think, hey, if I get that, I'm looking pretty good. But, wow, what a job.
Yes, indeed. And that's all you can ask for, T-Roy. As they call them, hopefully I can get away with this. Carly, can I call her one of the bigs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's all you can ask for. You just simply tell your bigs, let's do the fundamental work, okay? If you can stay down low and secure some shots off the glass, make sure they don't get but one shot opportunity, that's all you can ask the bigs to be able to do. And every once in a while, if someone comes in there, you just play some lockdown defense and make them have to shoot over you. So Carly did an excellent job, T-Roy, at the time and when she was out there, but I was certainly glad to see her shake off that ankle injury and come on back. Unfortunately, Hopkins wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, and you wanted to see if she could follow up what she did, and I like it that she had a great game on Monday night, and maybe you see she played with a lot more confidence after she started putting the ball in the basket, that maybe you see her tonight come out here and put two games together, and maybe she becomes more of a contributor for you down the stretch, but didn't get an opportunity to do that tonight as again, she had that ankle injury early on. You know, we'll turn our page now. Noble, coming on the boys' side of the ledger, these are two teams that have really struggled this season, and the records, you look at them and you're like, wow, but they're pretty sneaky overall, because the Rockets come in at 2-19, Community at 1-21. But these teams have played a ton of close games this season. Both of them have been involved in a number of heartbreakers that could have gone their way. And Coach Chapman's talked about all those single-digit losses that they have. Community has been the same way. And for the Rockets, they went on the road to Unionville, picked up a big win in the first meeting, 50-47. They need to close it out here tonight and assure that 3 spot.
And you laid everything out on the table for those at home viewing in and listening in, T-Roy. And I know Coach Chapman and Juice, right? Coach
Juice,
Chapman
yep.
and Juice. I know they've done the same thing. They've had the conversation with the young men. And Coach Chapman, I love listening to him. He has a knack for being able to just tell you clearly what it needs to be. So he don't sugarcoat it. He just lays it out there for what it is, and I'm pretty sure they laid it out there for the young men. Let's just take care of what is controllable. And right now, tonight, what's in front of us is the opportunity to be able to knock off the Vikings, and let's just control that, because that's all we can control.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, Noble, is you look at this here tonight, they're going to have a little bit more of a favorable matchup because Community, much like the Rockets are, they don't have that big inside presence. They've got a little length, but more of the physical matchup that the Rockets would be looking for.
Also, on the other side of that, they don't have the physical demanding superior athlete or 2 or 3 athletes, but also they don't have that quickness that the Rockets have shown you the ability to be able to play with also. So matchup favor the Rockets because the two things that the Rockets have to endure throughout the season and try to overcome has been sometimes quickness, but sometimes size and length.
Yeah, and I think, too, the testament to how good Coach Chapman is, and you'll say, well, they've won 2 ball games, but it has been a couple of years where last year, not a lot expected of them. Noble got into the region and played really well. Had some bright moments last year, beat Fayetteville here. They made a lot of progress. This is a younger team, not quite as much experience, and you lost a couple of guys that went on to play at the next level in Jones and Bennett. So, they got some guys coming in here as seniors in Porter, and I think Porter really stepped his game up the last couple of games. He's been that player that we thought, we've seen at times. He's been more aggressive, looking for his shot, and really played in a flow at the other night as he did, throughout much of the first part of the season. So, I feel good about that going into tonight. If they can get the same kind of contributions that they got on Monday night from Porter, McCown, those guys, and playing that loose rhythm and loose flow, if they can get that going, I mean, you feel good about where they're headed.
Troy, do me 2 favors. I heard everything you said. When you started out, you was telling us how great Coach Chapman is doing as a coach.
I think he keeps these guys motivated.
And also, you played devil advocates for a second. For those who were out there and said, what about that record you just told me about 2-19? I would love for you also to do the same thing for these student athletes, okay? Because here's the thing. These young men here are playing their hearts out.
Yeah.
It's somebody at home that knocking the fact that Coach Chapman might be 2-19 and questioning how well of a job he's doing, but also somebody, I know they're student athletes, but talk to me also about playing basketball and being 2-19 and giving your best out there, because these young men show up every day and they give it their all. So also tell me how well they're doing.
Well, and I think, too, that you mentioned, you come out and you don't have a lot of success, and sometimes it's easy to get frustrated, easy to get down on yourself. and just be prone to, teams putting up 8 or 9, and you were like, okay, we're gone. We're down 10 now. This one's over with. They don't have that mentality, and that is reflected by your coach. That's where it starts from top down. These guys are going to battle. They're going to battle from the time the ball is tipped until the final horn goes off. And as a fan, that's why you have a lot of folks that are packing this gym tonight, because they come in and they want to see effort. They want to see guys getting after it. Wins and losses are nice, but what you want to see is effort. And this group gives you effort each night out, and that is a reflection of the way they are coached. Coach Chapman, Coach Rumley, young guys, they've got a lot of enthusiasm, and they really teach these guys well. They're very fundamentally disciplined, but they also really get them on a young person's level. They keep it enthusiastic. They keep the game fun, and they keep these guys trying to get better, telling them, hey, we've got a chance, we're getting better, and there's that belief system that they have, and that's why I think they're making some strides. You don't necessarily see it in the record, but you come out and you say 2-19. Well, I think of a team that's just, not competitive, not, just getting run out of the gym every night. That's not what we see. They've lost a lot of, as we said, single-digit ball games, and, you think about now, they're trying to learn how to win those games. They've gotten to where we've had a big win or two in this program. Now it's got to be finding consistency, being able to win the games when you're tight down the stretch, being able to get over the hump. That's what they're working on now.
So for the ones at home and wondering about the 2-19 record, Coach Chapman's ability to coach these young men up and juice, as well as these young men, these student athletes out there playing. Instead of focusing on the record, the win-loss column, what you're telling me is what they need to do is take an opportunity to look at the product they're putting out on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good product they have out there.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. As a player, I think the ultimate respect you get is when you look down on the other end, and those guys look down here and they go, you know what? These guys may be 2-19, but I better play tonight. I'm going to bring my A game tonight because I'm not going to disrespect the way they play. I think that, when you see a team, I'll use this adage. When we played back in the day, St. Andrews was in our district. We had like a 10-team district. So you played them, you got up 10 on them, you knew they were going to wilt. But some other teams in the district, Cornersville, Forrest, were two of the teams that didn't have as good of records, but you know that they were going to play with you. You might beat them by 15, 20 points by the time the night was over with, but you knew you couldn't just go out there and mail it in and win a basketball game because those guys were going to come to play. That's the respect level that this group has. Hey, we may win against this Forrest team, but we know we can't mail it in.
And I'm glad you put it that way. As I hear you, T-Roy, every time I hear somebody talk about that size and length of the opponent, that quickness and athleticism of the opposing team, none of that has been a reason that these young men in the Rockets have said, we're going to check out. We're not going to give it our all. So no matter who gets off of that bus and come into this gym or wherever they have to travel to, we get their 100% every night we look in it.
Exactly, and that's what you pay your money to come in and see, and that's why the fans keep turning out. Let's take one 60-second break as we'll be back with your starting lineups and boys action here from Forrest High School.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
Troy Cash and Noble Mays, Peter Wilson bringing you all the action here tonight. Gabe Hall under the weather. Hopefully he'll be back soon. I want to wish him a speedy recovery as we get set to bring you Rocket action here as the Rockets and the Vikings set to do battle here on TC Sports 1. We get set for our starting lineups as we'll go down to our public address table and hear those starting lineups from Miss Brenda Brown.
I miss old Gabe. You tell me Gabe under the weather with all these days we've been having a chance to miss school and get a chance to get ourselves together. So hopefully Gabe will be up and running come Monday ready for school.
Those are your starting lineups for the Vikings, coached by Mr. Robbie Davis, assisted by Steve Simmons and Alex Mitchell. And now we'll move over for the starting lineups for your Forrest Rockets, coached by Shane Chapman, assisted by Tyler Rumley. And those are your starting lineups. Berman, Cullum, Lovern, Flanagan, and Hernandez for the Vikings. It'll be McCown, Harper, Porter, Bond, and Meglis for the Rockets. First meeting won in Unionville by the Rockets 50-47. The winner tonight assures themselves of third place. Well, I take that back. Rockets win, they assure themselves of third.
See, Roy, this crowd is rocking tonight.
They are waiting for something to get them involved here. They want to get loud early. Kick in the corner from three. All day Bray. McCown rings the bell to get it started. And what a start by the Rockets. 3-0.
Say they want to get involved. They can get involved. How long?
They got involved early as the miss from Hernandez. And here they race the other way with Bond. This is the action we saw against Spring Hill the other night, Noble, where they got in a good running flow. Spring Hill had a lot of athletes, but Rockets put some points on the board.
If Rockets bring that same energy and style of play, they'll run these Vikings out of the gym.
McCown misfired from three. Rebound run down in the corner. Nice trap, and we got to travel as Cullum tried to step through. Good job by Porter, and I believe it was Bond on the double team.
T-Roy, do you hear and feel all that love from the home crowd? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, this is electric tonight.
They are in full throat here early. And Noble, I don't care who you are, you get that kind of support, it gives you just a little extra adrenaline that you keep with you.
Oh, that's worth 10 points, T-Roy. That's worth 10 points. That keep you in the game. If you get down 10, that's enough juice to keep you in the game and put you up 10.
It's a home court advantage. That's what you want. You don't want it to be like a morgue in here. You want that crowd to get behind you and make it rough for the other team. And these last couple of games, Noble, we've seen it against Grundy. It was a great crowd.
Well, they the sixth man. How about that?
They are. Back out front, Porter with it. Davin puts it on the floor. Cut off, back out front. Bray from three. This one off the mark. Rebound pulled away. And here comes Community.
Coach Chapman said they had a green light. Shoot all day. Shoot all day, Bray.
Connected on that first one. Got this place underway as this time trying to answer Lovern from the corner. No good. Nice box out by Meglis and over the back. Noble, you don't draw it up any better than that.
You certainly do not. That's fundamental at its best, T-Roy. You put your bottom right there, your buttocks right there, and you force him to have to go over you, and you force the official to do his job, which is as simple as that.
Very nicely done. That is just a great fundamental play, and they'll say, you don't have to be the biggest, you don't have to be the biggest leaper. You just got to be able to get a backside on somebody. Inside, and we're going to have blocking foul as Meglis tried to get into the basket, and the foul will be called on Flanagan. Community crowd just below us didn't like that call.
That's all right, T-Roy. When the whistle was blown, you knew half of the crowd, whichever side was going to be upset, didn't go their way. So the official had us all waiting on him.
Jimmy Bond from three. No good. Long rebound. Run down by Porter. They'll get another opportunity here. Porter hadn't got his right arm loosened up just yet. They expect him to get involved as this one down the lane. A nice little step through by Harper, the senior.
They're coming with that same energy from Spring Hill tonight.
Lovern from three, no good. Rebound controlled by the Vikings. They get another look. Inside, there's the kick firing because Hernandez, no good. Porter with a nice box out and a rebound into the hands of Meglis. Gives it to Bond, and here we go the other way. Jimmy on the move, gets between defenders, and we got a hold on the Vikings. It'll be on Hernandez. Into the game early is Austin Stickler, the sophomore.
This energy, T-Roy, by the Rockets. Is this a case of Coach Chapman implementing what he's seen at Spring Hill, or this is just the Rockets being Rockets?
Bray from three. Bang. Fill it up, young man. Ray McCown from way downtown. Bang. 8-0.
2 for 4 downtown all day break.
The Rockets said, hey, you got out to 10-0 on your side. Let's see what we can do on our side.
Hey, like I said, same energy we seen in Spring Hill. They bring it to you live and direct at home, T-Roy.
Fouls on Meglis. Ryan's first.
I repeated again early, T-Roy. They play the same way they played up and down the court the other day. They'll blow them out of the gym.
Quick three, no good from the corner by Berman. And here we go quickly the other way. Jimmy Bond in front court. Directing traffic, gives way to Harper. Kick on the baseline, McCown. Penetrates, tried to step through, poked away from behind, and here come the Vikings on the turnover. Cullum behind the back in front court. Brings it out front to set the offense. Pick it on the wing. Inside 11. Pounds it back outside. Quick three on the way. Stuck. The line drive stuck between the rim and the glass. Jump ball situation. Gives it to the Rockets as Corey Paterick will check in for the first time. Number 12, the senior, as he's been involved in an awful lot of basketball games at Community.
Yes, indeed. T-Roy, look like Meglis is going to have his face checked on. Now, I hope it ain't too early. Can I get me a little Porter? Can I get a little Davenport?
I'm ready for that.
I need a little Davenport. That's what I need. 8-0, 4:34 on the clock, first quarter. It's certainly Davenport time.
Coach Chapman lobbying with the official down there on the baseline. They got a good little laugh, so across the zone it goes. Back out top, picked away. Harper out races Lovern. All the way under. Mason hangs in the air, puts it up, no good. Tip, Harper won't stay, and we got a foul and a push. They stayed with it, Noble.
Not they, T-Roy. Singular. It was Harper who stayed with it, T-Roy. He got the steal, went down, and stayed with the rebound and got another opportunity for his team.
Josh Rumley's checked in. Rumley in the corner with the dribble. And he is giving it to McCown, who drains another one. All day, Bray.
Hey, I'll say it again. It's going to sound redundant, my man. They play like this, they will run the Vikings out of the gym tonight.
They're off to a good start in that endeavor right now. 11-0 here in the early going. Vikings will throw it away, and right now, Noble, they look to be rattled.
I tell you what, this home crowd, somebody going to have to calm that student section down, T-Roy. I'm looking forward to Coach using everybody on the bench tonight.
Hey, Noble, look at this. Here's the thing. They got that whole section up there, and that is Delk Henson Intermediate School, DHIS student section.
They are ready, T-Roy. They looking forward to the night when they can get them some jerseys with their uniform and they number, my man. They looking forward to Friday night in about 4 years from now.
They'll work it around the perimeter. Nice passing here. They look inside, come to Bond. Quickly slides it to Harper. Steps into a three. Shot no good. Rebound pulled away by Cullum. Community still looking for their first bucket. Kick on the wing. Shot in the air. No good. Rebound pulled away by Bond. Noble, they need about 2 more buckets right here.
I'll tell you what, they need one, and they're going to force the Vikings to call a timeout. Porter.
From way downtown. You called it, Noble. Yes, he holds it for fingers. 1, 2, and then 3 aloft.
All 3 of these, Porter.
Porter painting it from 3. 14 zip. 2 touchdown lead here in the early going. They said, you know what? We like that Spring Hill getting up and down the floor.
And I like what Spring Hill did for them. It showed them a new identity, Troy.
In the lane, finally, the ice is broken. The leaner by Jason Cullum, and now we have a little pressure by Community here.
What are you more impressed with? You more impressed with this offense for the Rockets or the fact that it took so long to give up 2 points?
I like the offense, man. You know me. I like offense. Again, they'll fire away. Bond from 3, no good. Rebound, Paterick. I appreciate some good defense, but I like some offense.
That's all right. I'm not mad at you, my man. That's how you feel the stands up in a basketball game is from an offensive standpoint.
Shot put up and in. 3 ball good by Ramon Hernandez. And the Vikings answer with a couple of buckets of their own here. Back to 9. Porter holds it high. Gives it up top to Rumley. They set the offense. Coach Chapman calling it out from the sideline.
Coach Chapman juiced up himself. Speaking of juice.
Inside, McCown. Fall away, on the way. Will not drop. Rebound pulled away by Community. And they're going to slow it down a little bit. They said, you know what? We've seen enough of you guys running up and down the floor. We're going to get into a set offense here.
I appreciate Coach Chapman running offense through Bray. Bray interior, Bray exterior.
Inside, nice dump down and an easy bucket on the payoff there for the Vikings. 7 in a row now as Cole Crockett, who has checked in, records the bucket. 14-7 now.
Vikings was a little cold early on in the first quarter, but they heating up a little bit here lately.
Rockets for the first time, that was an easy bucket for the Vikings. Out front, Rumley thought about it. And now we've got inside, is it 3 seconds?
Yes, sir. We got a little lane violation inside there. And I'm keeping an eye on Meglis to see if he'll be able to come back in. But I'll tell you what, here's the young man I've been looking to see. A game like this, he'll get excited for number 3, Villazon.
Yep. Ben about to make his entrance here momentarily. Under a minute left here, opening quarter. Community with it. On the baseline. Nice bounce pass inside, and we got an offensive foul. Spun into the paint, and boy, right into the Rocket defender.
That's Bray. It took it right to his face, T-Roy.
He came around and just clocked him. They may call Dr. Bell here. He may have took that one right in the choppers.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that was unfortunate because the big fella just turned with his elbow and caught Bray right in the face.
He had elbow high. It certainly was high.
Nothing dirty about the play. It was just a basketball play coming when he spun, and he spun right into Bray.
And I want to repeat what you said. Nothing dirty about it all. It was just a basketball play, bang, bang. And he had his elbow high the same way you teach the big man down low. Keep the ball from being down low so the little man can't get to it. And just happened to catch Bray right in his beautiful face right there.
I'll tell you what, man, that is not a fun receiving end to be on. I've been in that situation one time where I got hit right across the bridge in the nose, and it busted open like somebody had punched you. And it did not feel well for a while.
And I'll tell you what I am excited about, if you can be excited. I seen him put his hand towards his mouth, and I didn't know if a tooth or something was but it doesn't look like a tooth or anything like that. So I think they're just trying to wash his mouth out.
Up against the pressure, they get baseline. Villazon, nice pass. They try to go cross court. Porter with a good save. Get it back out front, try to settle it down. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Porter backs up, takes the three. Shot no good, rebound to Bond. They're going to play for one. Coach Chapman telling them to back it out here. A game of runs here in the opening quarter. The first 14 to the Rockets, the last 7 for the Vikings.
As you said, went up 2 touchdowns, gave up a touchdown here late.
Yeah, we need a safety here or a field goal at the end of the quarter. Let's see, back the other way. And we got a foul from behind. Trying to get ahead of the pack there. On the run out on the steal was Hernandez. We got a foul from behind on the Rockets.
Trying to play the clock out, T-Roy. Yeah. And worst case scenario, not only did we not give a shot up, we got a foul.
They got Lovern back in the contest. 1.9 seconds left, so time for a shot here. Vikings play it out underneath their own bucket. Firing away, good if it goes, is Hernandez. Shot off the mark, and that's how we'll end this first quarter of action. Overall, a good one for the Rockets. After one, they lead it by 7.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Welcome back. We were talking during the break. Rockets started out with the confidence of a Gabe Hall here, man. They came out wearing it out.
I like that, my man.
We were laughing about it during the break. I said, I'm just trying to live up to Gabe here at the trying to film, because Gabe will tell you, and he is. He's really good at what he does. He's got some confidence in his abilities.
And Gabe's one of those, rather than wait on somebody else to tell you how good you are, Gabe will let you know himself. I like Gabe. Like him a lot. I like Peter also a lot.
We've enjoyed having these young men with us this year. Villazon holds it high aloft. This is the kind of game I think kind of suited for Villazon.
I agree with you, sir, and I'd like to see Coach Chapman get him involved. They got him down low in the box, T-Roy.
Comes out front, gets it now, as they'll swing it to Bond to reset the offense. Villazon. They're taking their time here, Noah. 45 seconds gone by here in the quarter.
I'm real interested in what the game plan is behind that.
Lulled them to sleep. Nobody moved, and Harper said, you know what? I'll take this one, and drained it.
Sing them a little lullaby, huh?
They did. Put them to sleep. Nobody stepped out on Harper, and he says, you know what? I'll take that one. That ends the 7-0 community run. Around the wing it goes. We got a traveling violation as Hernandez tried to put it on the floor before he established himself.
Troy, let me ask you. I don't quite remember. Certainly my memory's not as good as yours. Is this style of play by the Rockets, is this speeding up the Vikings, or is this what the Vikings played last time?
You know what? I think it's speeding them up a little bit as, again, Villazon, bang. Now, that's what I want to see, Noble. He's got his first one to go. Now what kind of factor is he going to become?
I tell you what, Coach Chapman had to leave him in the game long enough so we could find out, Villazon said.
Pull up jumper, short, rebound inside, battle for controlled. Back along the baseline they go, cut off by Porter. Cullum out front. Wraps it to Glover, spot up three on the way. This one too strong. Battle for again, we got a foul on Villazon as he was trying to go up against the 6'5 Flanagan. Ben's foul is first.
Villazon giving up more than just height down there against Flanagan, T-Roy.
Yeah, if Flanagan's not playing for the Viking football team, somebody missed something there.
Sometimes young men don't like playing football, T-Roy.
That's one of my big regrets. I wished I'd have played. Coaches always tried to get me to come and play, and I love playing football, but it was always like basketball coach, like, man, you're going to get a scholarship, you're going to tear a knee up. Don't do it.
I always think a young man or young lady should at least try everything at least once. Make your own mind up. I think we as adults owe them an opportunity to at least try anything once.
Yeah, and, like I say, I think that's one of the things now that we miss out on a lot is because back in the day, you almost had to play two sports at a small school, and now we get, this I still consider a small school. You get a lot of guys that don't play but one sport, and they really specialize in that sport.
They do specialize in it, but I think there's a lot to be said also about taking opportunities to learn other sports and see if you drawn to it, have a like for it, and be well-rounded.
I think so as well. Shot put up, this one, back iron no good, a long rebound controlled by Bond. Along the baseline, stepping through, shot put up short, rebound high into the air and controlled by the Vikings. On the run out the other way, pushing it, shot put up and in by Flanagan. Jacob Flanagan. Now, a little token of pressure applied here by the Vikings. As Porter whips it cross court, Rumley inside, Villazon puts it up, will not fall, and we got a foul.
Foul is going to be on the Rockets, number 3, Ben Villazon.
Villazon picks up the foul.
He's got 2 quick ones on him, T-Roy.
Yep, he'll exit. Medlix will be back in.
It'll be his second, team fifth.
That shot Villazon took in transition, I thought that was going down, T-Roy. It was a beautiful shot.
It looked soft. Looked like it was going to stay, just nestle right in, but it came out on him. Now we got a little pressure by the Rockets here. Vikings get it into front court. Here comes that trap, and that's over and back. Good job. Exactly what you want on the turnover. And Noble, 9 times out of 10, they will tell you that is the idea of a press. If you can get the guy just across half court on the sideline, you're going to turn that thing over 9 times out of 10 if you execute it correctly. 3-ball, Porter no good. Rebound saved back in, but into the hands of Community. Here comes Lovern the other way. Leave it out front. Try to bounce pass it inside, kick ball. It'll go back to Community. And that's the idea. If you can use that sideline and half court as an extra defender, man, you got them boxed in.
Great job of putting pressure on the Vikings and forcing the turnover.
Right underneath. That was a tough pass, but Lovern couldn't get it to drop. Got a point-blank bunny and couldn't get it to go. Back the other way, a little up and under on the dip by Meglis. There'll be a foul on Community.
Fundamental footwork by Meglis was allowing him to draw that foul.
Number 21, Emery Smith.
That's a foul on Emery Smith. That'll be the 16th foul on the Vikings. Next one will put the Rockets into the 1-and-1. Just about halfway through this second quarter as Porter off the inbounds. Quick flip, no good. Rebound pulled away by Community. Good look there. Just wouldn't stay down. Cullum now with it in the front court. Vikings working it around the perimeter. Kick Lovern. Spot up 3. Got it. Landon Lovern. The sophomore connects. 2012 now, Rockets. They've hit a little dry spell here at Noble.
They certainly have. There you go.
Rumley will end that spell right down Main Street. Puts that one up and in. Josh with a bucket and timeout taken by the Vikings.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
We welcome you back. A quick program announcement. Tuesday night, we will be audio only. So if you tune in looking for your picture, it's not that we haven't been able to successfully get an internet feed. It's just not we're going to be not allowed to be able to film in Fayetteville. Ball knocked away, picked back up by Community. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound into the hands of Porter. Here come the Rockets. Bond with it. Here comes the pressure from the backside. Feels it, gets it away. Bullet pass underneath. A beauty from Rumley on the assist to Porter for the open deuce.
You did it again, T-Roy. You acknowledged everybody who deserved acknowledgement, so I appreciate you doing that.
Great pass by Rumley. Made the bucket possible. Porter finishes up. Knocked away by Bond. Jimmy skates it home, puts it up and in.
Jimmy Bond for 2.
Jimmy Bond with the bucket. Nothing secret agent about him.
No, PA announcer said Bond, Jimmy Bond.
Mr. Jason Ginn on the PA. 26-14 as the Vikings answer. There's that pressure again. Across half court, whips it in front court, does Rumley. Shot put up no good inside by Porter, cleared by the Vikings, and here comes Lovern on the run. Lovern will hold it up, get it right back from Cullum. Goes baseline, pulls it up, shot on the way, no good. Battle for the loose ball inside, and we got a foul on the backside on Meglis. 16 foul on the Rockets. And we're going to have wholesale substitutions. Eli Bell, the freshman for the first time, along with Villazon. Still no re-entrance of Bray McCown. And Noble, I'm looking for him.
No, sir. He went to the locker room a long time ago, T-Roy.
I was looking back down there to see if I saw him on the bench, so they are attending to him. Hopefully he'll be able to return. Ball stolen away. Villazon being in rear court. Across the time stripe, they get it into front court. Bond hounded on the wing, brings it out front now to Villazon. Being kicked now to Jimmy in the corner they go along the baseline. A lot of contact. And as Meglis tried to go cross court to Villazon, it's out of bounds off the Vikings.
If I may, T-Roy, all day Bray was getting ready to have all day. He was 3 for 5 from downtown before he walked to the locker room, T-Roy. It was getting ready to be his night.
Bell gets it in bounds. Harper gives it back to Bell on the wing. Look inside now. Harper with it. Penetrates, draws the extra defender. Bond gets in the paint. Flips it up, shot no good. Jimmy got his own loose ball rebound. Now Villazon pulls the trigger. 15-footer is pure. Ben Villazon with a bucket.
I like how you said it, pure. Yes, indeed. He has a sweet stroke, my man.
Nicely done. Villazon now is connected a couple of times. 28-14, back to a 2-touchdown cushion. In the corner, now cross court, penetration against the defense, shot no good, foul no good. Rebound battle for, and out of there with it. Bell got his hands on it. And we're going to have a foul in rear court. We'll walk to the other end. It'll be 1-1 now for the Rockets. 17 foul on Community.
Foul is going to be on number 32.
It'll be on Flanagan.
Jacob Flanagan. His third,
As Flanagan's now picked up his third foul.
Jackson Williams. And number 34, Austin
Stickler back in the game along with Jackson Williams for the first time. Bell's toss, good. Eli Bell converts. First point of the night for the freshman. There's another one of those two-sport guys, Noble.
Yes, it is, and I think he'll be the first one to tell you it's a wise move for him to go find exactly which sport he attracts to gravitate to the most.
1 of 2 from Bell, but Jimmy Bond pestering the Viking, trying to get the rebound. It's off of Community, out of bounds, and the Rockets get another look. Villazon wanted to take it, pulls it back out to Harper. They'll swing it around. Bond hangs on to it as he kicks it in the corner now. Rumley. Josh along the baseline, wraps it inside. Bell gathers himself, back out front to Harper. Kick on the wing, Villazon. Under a minute left here in the quarter. Rockets by 15. Rumley puts it on the floor, goes baseline, a little up and under. The reverse is good. Ben Villazon does it again. That was pretty on the reverse and a nice pass to get it to him.
Yes, indeed. Acknowledgement by both again. Well deserved. Nice English on that thing, Villazon.
Really nice English on that thing. On the reverse. Spun it sweetly in, did Ben.
Had a little hang
31-14.
time. Had a little hang time also.
Yeah. Community stepping into the shot is Berman, no good. Rebound to Community. Shot off the baseline, no good. Foul third time is not the charm, and the Rockets will clear it. Now they've got to look. 10 seconds left. Rumley, lead pass in front of the pack. Villazon up and under, puts it up and in. Ben Villazon, and this is exactly what we saw in game number 1. Queens come out, make a run late, extend their lead, as do the Rockets here. It's 19 at the half, 33-14, Chapel Hill.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment. Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
And welcome back here at halftime. Rockets put together a really good first half of basketball. 33-14 here at the break, and they got out early, scored at will. They scored the first 14 of the night. Community made a little run, got it back to single digits, but the Rockets push it out before halftime. They lead it by 19 here at the break, and you got to feel good about their effort in the first half, Noble.
You certainly do, T-Roy. You have to actually feel great about their effort. When you think about the up and down we're looking at, we talked about it pregame. Everything up to now has prepared the Rockets. We've talked about the opposing teams, not only that they have visited, but the ones who come into this gym. We've talked about the length and the size they've had to give up. We've talked about the quickness and the speed they've had to give up. And the Rockets come in here with a golden opportunity to show that they had a level of superiority here where they weren't going to have to worry about size, length, speed, or athleticism. And they putting on a showcase out here tonight, T-Roy.
Noble, go ahead and give us our score and totals here at halftime.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. And I'll tell you what, In a second, when we come back from break, I want to give you the actual score and column total, but I want to have a different conversation with you before you go to the break. I want to tell you about 2 different quarters, T-Roy, so listen to me clearly. You're better job at processing this than I am. Here's what has transpired. First quarter goes this way for the Vikings. The Vikings had 10 shot attempts in the first quarter, 9 of them from 3 range. 9 out of 10 shots they took from 3 range. Only 1 shot in the first quarter they took 2-point range. First quarter for the Rockets, 13 shot attempts, 10 of those from 3. So first quarter, what we were looking at, everybody was shooting threes. And the reason that the Rockets was able to stretch it out, they were doing a fine job of knocking their threes down. Now watch what happens in the second quarter. And you tell me from an offensive standpoint, is this a case of the players making a transition, or is this a coaching decision? So listen to me clearly. Second quarter, there was 2 shot attempts from the 3-point range for the Vikings. So the difference from 9 shot attempts to 2, and a difference in the second quarter, 1 2-point basket to 12 shot attempts from 2-point range. So they had 14 shot attempts in the second quarter. 12 of them were 2 points. Only 2 of them was 3-point. The Rockets had 14 shot attempts in the second. 11 of them was 2-point shots, and only 3 was 3-point baskets. What's the change? Help me out, process that for me.
I think offensively, Noble, you saw Villazon get a couple of they had some really good assists. Josh Rumley with some nice passes and underneath. They were able to get what they wanted out of their set. Now, they were able to loft some threes in the first half and get those in a stretch of their offense. In the second half, they got their offense off their set plays by cutting off screens and making nice backdoor cuts and nice entry passes. So I think it was just the difference in where they got their offense from. Both of them were successful, but as community came out to guard the 3-point line a little bit more, they got the backdoor cuts and were able to open up inside for themselves. So I think a nice adjustment by the Rockets as the stats bore out offensively of where they got their points from.
And real quickly, T-Roy, I don't have a lot of stats as far as knocking down for the opposing team, but I'll run by the Rockets stats real quickly from an offensive standpoint. And might have missed a couple totals here, but I'll give them to you. I got Villazon with 6 points. I got Bell with 1 point. I got Rumley with 2 points. I got All-Day Bray. I got Bray with 9 points before he left. And then I got 5 points for Porter, and I got 5 points for Jimmy Bond. I have to do some math because that won't all add up that time, but that's what I have them down unofficial.
Hello there.
Yes, indeed. And I know T-Roy has a guest there. He'll have an opportunity to talk as you see at halftime. 33 for the home team, 44 for the visiting team. Again, an excellent job. Look at the home crowd. They've come out. They supported this crowd. You see the student section over there. You see them from the elementary school and middle school. Everybody in here is well represented. But the home crowd, give yourselves an applause for coming out and support these young men here tonight and the young ladies, the Lady Rockets and the Rockets. The parking lot is full all the way down stretch. So we were just highlighting the fact that the crowd was here tonight, T-Roy.
Hey, just got an update on Bray. Miss Vicki Kane comes over and tells me Grandma says, as we suspected, got a tooth dislodged. It's loose. So Dr. Bell, we said he needs to go see Dr. Bell. Dr. Bell's here, took him to the office. They're going to get some x-rays and check him out, but he won't be back tonight.
And that was what I was afraid of. I initially seen him kind of acknowledging the coach. He looked like he was holding a tooth in his hand there, and I know they were rinsing out his mouth there. So at the time, I was thinking that he was fortunate that there was not a tooth there. But as you said, got it straight from Grandma, so it can't get a better account. So personal account there.
Hey, we also got to pass that along, of course, because we got Miss Linda Potts out there listening as well. So she was like, hey, I need to get an update. So she said, I'll make sure I go over and tell Troy, everybody will know. So we appreciate that. And That's the great thing. We always get a good update, and we appreciate everybody thinking about us where we can pass that along to everyone out there in the viewing audience. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Once again, we'll pass along. Tuesday, we're going old school. Not by necessity or not by want to, but by necessity, we'll say on Tuesday night. We will not be allowed to bring you a video broadcast from Fayetteville City, but we're going to go and do radio. We're going to bring you audio only. We'll still have our commercial breaks, those kind of things, but we'll be an audio broadcast only on Tuesday night. We'll be back with you video for senior night here on Friday. But first of all, we got 2 more quarters of basketball here tonight to see if the Rockets can keep things going.
And I'm glad I'll be right next to the best play-by-play man in high school sports, and we'll have none other than Peter trailing along with us. So it'll be a different scene. So it'll be a golden opportunity for us to be able to tell you from left to right on your dial or from right to left on your dial. So and be able to tell you if it's at half court or if it's 94 feet away from the basket. T-Roy.
Yeah, sometimes we get lost watching things, and you can't do that as much because you got to be able to describe everything when you're doing play-by-play radio-wise.
And that's what I like about you. Not only your mathematics, but you use descriptive words. So your ability to have control of the English vocabulary, I think the folks at home will be able to appreciate what you'll bring them on Tuesday night.
Inbounds it comes. Community will get the first crack here in the third quarter. They trail it by 19. It was all Rockets all the time in the first half, and here they steal it away to begin this third quarter. Bond gives it up on the trail inside, and we got a blocking foul call. Harper running the floor, rewarded by Bond, and he'll draw the foul.
He was. They had a case of 2-on-1 that time, T-Roy, and I think it was Bond who gave the ball up to Harper, and Harper decided he knew exactly what to do with it, straight to the hole.
But your point guard did what he's supposed to, Noble. Got it center of the floor, let those guys fill the lane.
He certainly did, and Harper did his job. He came down the right side that time. So in case of 2-on-1, you certainly want to be able to draw a foul, if not to make the basket.
Bond backs it out. Jimmy with the dribble. Kicks it on the wing. Porter gets inside, inches his way closer. Meglis now back outside to Harper. Harper penetrates, knocked away, ball on the floor, picked up by Community. Community back the other way. Cullum hangs in the air, got left to dry. Nobody to throw it to except Davenport. Here come the Rockets on the move. Fall away, off the window too strong, picked away by Community. On the outlet, Lovern in front court, ball knocked away by Bond, out of bounds and back to Community.
Look like the pace, T-Roy. Pace is going up and down. Not any points being scored right now, but it seems like neither team decided they were going to slow the pace down once they came back after the halftime break.
Yeah, I think Coach Chapman's telling them, hey, we want you to play free, but play under control. We don't get sloppy.
Certainly don't want to get sloppy. He got a 7-man rotation, so hopefully fatigue won't play in this stance down the stretch.
Kick back, letting it fly just inside the arc. Hernandez shot no good. Crashing the glass was Flanagan, and he was in danger of picking up his fourth there, Noble, as he was battling Rumley inside.
Yeah, he certainly have to be careful. There's a significant difference in picking up 4 early in the third quarter than picking up 4 sometime in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's something too, Noble, that you feel like kind of, I used to always think if Coach trusted me when I got 4, in that fourth quarter, if he didn't make me sit for the last part, make me come back in with about 3 minutes left, if he let me play, I always considered that was a compliment.
That is a compliment. That's a lot of trust that he put in you as a young man.
Of course, you just want to play. You always think I'm not going to get another one, but loading it up, long range. Paterick drills the triple, his first points of the night. Corey Paterick, 33-17. And Noble, too, I always, as a player, I had one official that had my number. I don't care what I did. I could be 5 feet away from the play, and I was going to get a foul somehow.
That's that offensive minded in you. So on the other opposing team, I guess they also knew how to draw a foul.
Harper on the pull-up. Those points of the quarter. Gabby Street, one of the great old-time officials. And if you're my age or a little younger, a little older, he stayed around for an awful long time. He's one of those guys, I don't care what, I always seem to pick up a foul. I didn't get the benefit of the doubt when he had to whistle.
I'm eager to hear your response.
I didn't always. I was like, I would just kind of look at him. I knew because he would tee you up, so I was like, I knew better than to say anything, but I just kind of looked like, come on.
So all those times he was calling the fouls on you, you didn't foul that often, is what you're saying to me?
That's what I would say. Probably looking back on things, I probably did, but I didn't feel like it was much of a contact at that time.
I find it interesting that he always found a way to call a foul on you, T-Roy.
I thought he did. It may have just been me being more foul prone when he was calling it, but it sure seemed like he had my number. Speaking of having a number right now, the Rockets up to 20. As they've got the Vikings number right now. They're trying to complete this from start to finish. Vikings led throughout in our opener. Rockets trying to accomplish that same feat here.
It's a nice way going into the weekend. You exactly want to do that, T-Roy, so they're putting on a clinic tonight.
Fall back jumper. No good. Jimmy Bond inside. Jimmy says, look at me pull a Dennis Rodman.
I got Jimmy Bond with 6 rebounds, T-Roy.
Jimmy with a fake, got his shot up, no good, out of bounds, back to the Rockets.
And I tell you what, I could be wrong. I got 4 of those 6 rebounds on offense, T-Roy, for Jimmy Bond. That's your point guard.
Jimmy says that number 5 offensive rebound is contagious.
They're giving you second chance opportunities as your point guard.
We see Mason Kirby wearing that 5, and she always seems to be around every rebound. Porter thought about it. Davin, spinorama in the air. Leaner, no good. Got a rebounding foul inside. And it's going to be on Porter.
Foul is going to be on number 22, Davin Porter.
Another nice spin by Porter, but on the backside, Flanagan there to take the charge.
That was a lovely spin. Great ball handling ability. And as you said, the defender right in the right position to take that charge.
No, that's a tough move when you spin like that and to be able to lay it up there softly. It's hard to do. Porter's really good at that.
He has great ball control for a young man his size.
Because trust me, when you spin like that at high speed, to get yourself under control and have enough awareness to be able to shoot it with a nice little soft stroke.
I just impressed to see a young man his size be able to spin without losing control of the ball.
Yeah. So. Cullum's free throw good. Jason Cullum, the 5'10 sophomore. Community dealing, they lost Mekhi Fleming, who would have been one of their better players. He's not available for them this season, so I think he will return next year. As the Rockets go over the top of the pressure. Rumley. Back out top now, Bond with it. Jimmy on the move. Harper. Douglas. If you're just joining us, Rockets, a great first half. Blew it open, 19-point lead at the break. As Harper steps into a 3, bang. Mason Harper and Noble quietly. Harper has really had 2 nice back-to-back games.
And I'll tell you what, it's a great sight to have him come in and be offensive-minded, Troy.
Yes. Coach Chapman shouting out defensive instructions. They go cross-court, getting baseline, hanging in the air. The kick to Hernandez from 3, no good. Backside rebound put up and in by Crockett. Cole Crockett. Back to 19. Rockets break the pressure. Porter between defenders. Slides in the lane. Ball knocked away and stolen. Here comes Community. Back the other way, and let's see. Oh, they're going to give Harper the foul. Mason, very correctly there, Noble. He was lobbying for the offhand push, and I thought he might get it.
It was going to be an interesting call because he looked like he gave him a little cushion to work with, and he had that boundary, this sideline to his advantage. And also big man number 24 that time, Crockett. He didn't look like he really wanted control of the ball very long.
No, exactly. He's like, guard, get out of my little window to dribble here. Inside, they swing it around. Hernandez from 10, good. 3 minutes left here, third quarter. Back to 17. Pass almost stolen. Harper with numbers. Kick, Rumley gets inside, puts it up, and will not drop. Did everything but go down. Rumley with a nice move, but just could not get the finish.
I think that was Harper that time, who had two players he could have tossed it to, and he threw it out on the edge out there to Rumley.
Community's Crockett with it. Picks up the dribble. They lob inside over the top. Lovern with a catch. He'll fall away off the window and in. So Community now with a little mini run. They've got it back to 15. Here's the pressure. Ball deflected away out of bounds.
Help me out, T-Roy. Interesting how you see it. Got it back with a little mini run down to 15 with a whole nother quarter to go.
Yeah.
Just a case that maybe they need to just get right around 9 or 11 points at the start of the fourth.
Yeah, I'd say if if you're back to 10 or 11 by the start of the fourth quarter, you tell yourself, hey, we've made up 10 here in the last 4 minutes. We can make up 10 and 8. Offensive foul, Jimmy Bond. They call him for the clear off or the clear out. And Noble, it's all about belief. I mean, you can be behind by 8 and not have any belief that you're going to win. You can trail by 15 and still believe you can. And, if you still believe, you got a chance.
And I think that is credit to what you said. Both teams have played very close games all season, right?
Right. And this is just both teams trying to figure out how to win a close one. Rockets, of course, just trying to figure out right now, we got somebody down. Let's figure out how to hammer them and keep them down.
Got to close it also. Got to learn how to close it also, right?
Right. You got them staggered. You got to apply the knockout punch. 1:30 left here in the third, as you see top of the screen there. Inside, the runner, back iron, no good. Running it down is Cullum. Another opportunity for the Vikings. Lover just inside the arc, squares, fires, and scores.
You know what that'll do, don't you, T-Roy?
Get your confidence even higher.
Yes, it will. That'll get you even closer also.
Rockets have been stuck on 40 for a long time here. Foul in rear court as Cullum went for the steal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Noble, we thought this was going to be a couple of minutes into the third quarter, a walk in the park.
We did. So let me ask it this way. If we get to the fourth quarter and it play out the way you said, like a 10-point game, a little less than that, pressure's on the Rockets or what? How does that play out in your mindset?
Yeah, it does put a little pressure on you. That basket gets a little smaller. Big for Ben right there.
That's a sweet stroke. He's 4 out of 5, T-Roy, from 2-point range, and 1 for 1 out of 3-point range. Has only missed one shot.
Went for the steal, didn't get it, and Lovern will connect. Back to 13. Porter into front court. They break the pressure. Step back. 3-ball on the way. Harper. He says, do not leave me alone.
T-Roy, these young men are offended that you said it's pressure on them.
Inside, we got to step through and a travel. Harper, Noble, you could tell he was feeling it. He held the follow-through there. He knew that was going down.
I'll tell you what, if you get a chance to go back and look at it, Billazon was calling for the shot also. He wanted to shoot too.
Harper, dump down, Porter, bucket. Excuse me, that was Bell.
That was Bell, T-Roy. They got a lot of Rockets in the scoring column tonight.
I was looking at Porter in front of me, and it was Bell with the bucket. Inside, fall away, Flanagan over Rumley good. And that'll do it for the end of the quarter. 3 in the books here from Forrest High School. The Forrest lead is 16 as we head to the fourth. Will you be able to go Friday, Peter? Tuesday? Okay. Rockets push it out a little as we get set to head into this fourth quarter. Back to a 16-point lead. And Noble, those last couple of buckets I think were very important. They stemmed the tide, and then were able to push the lead back out.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. When we get a chance later on, I'll tell you how they did that with the 7 Rockets in the scoring column thus far.
Almost turned it over. Rumley, Villazon gives it up now to Bond. Jimmy backs it out with a dribble on the wing. Along the baseline. Cut off by the Viking defenders. In trouble. Bell rolls it back out, intercepted by the Vikings. On the run, step through, and oh, did Villazon hammer that one like a volleyball spike coming from behind, but now Ben takes an awkward fall. They're going to get him out. Think he's going to be okay.
He's applying a great deal of pressure on it, so got to go see the trainer there. Coach Chapman need a break there. He's running out of men to pit in.
Step through, shot no good. Good defense by Porter. The follow, however, good by Flanagan.
T-Roy, all day Bray is back on the bench, my man. Who's the dentist?
Dr. Bell, man.
Oh, Dr. Bell.
Hey, that's one of the things that is a great plus. Eli playing basketball in a situation just like this, office right down the road. You talk about a great dental job in a hurry. I got to give kudos to Dr. Bell for even getting him back in a uniform. Let's keep it here, Noble, as we'll take a timeout. 6:47 left here in the fourth, but that's got to be a record. If he gets back in the ball game, man, you got to give Dr. Bell some props.
Hey, he's got a team dentist. Look at him down there. He's showing his war wounds, T-Roy.
Yeah.
He's down there showing Coach Juice and everybody else. He's showing them his teeth, T-Roy.
He's like, man, my teeth are good. Look at them. Let me go back in. My hands are still good.
Hey, somebody at home, they going to ask T-Roy when they see you in the community, what did that guy mean when he said this? I wonder if Bray went in there and said, Dr. Bell, can you give me a grill?
Yeah.
So or did he just say put a cap on it? T-Roy, quickly, you want to know how they pull that lead off in the third quarter? Harper, unless I missed something, Harper got all 7 of his points in the third quarter, and then you had Eli Bell come in and get 3 points, and Villazon has 11 points total, T-Roy. Most of those came in the third quarter.
That's kind of what I've expected out of Villazon this year. I really think he's got a good, smooth game. Fall away, no good. Tip, that was over the back. Got by with one there. Coach Chapman didn't like it. They'll fire it back out front. Flanagan has played with those 3 and has not picked up his 4th, and they were going to have a foul on Rumley on the block. Right now, Meglis, Porter, Harper, Rumley, and Bond, the 5 on the floor. Bray McCown is sitting by Coach Juice right now, just telling him, hey, I'm good. I'm good.
Maybe he's just back for emotional support, T-Roy.
I don't know. He's looking like I got the warm up off. I'm ready to go back in. Let me get my hands warm again.
I love small town community. Not only did he get his teeth fixed at the halftime, Grandma come over to tell us exactly what was going on, so we didn't have to speculate.
Exactly. Flanagan on the bucket. 14-point cushion as we approach 6 minutes, Mike. Left. Porter gets inside, puts it up on the run, and got it. Davin Porter. Noble, the quick release, he gets rid of it in a hurry, and he's got such a soft touch.
It is very soft, T-Roy. That little one-arm flick he put.
Oh, offensive foul. Yep. That was lower the shoulder, big power move, and just bang. Meglis takes the charge.
Meglis was giving up some size that time, T-Roy. Took it straight to his chest, T-Roy.
Cole Crockett with the foul. That's his 2nd. Under 6 minutes remaining here. Rockets trying to salt away 3rd place in the district with a win.
14-point lead, T-Roy.
Bond cross court in the corner to Meglis. Ball almost stolen away. Porter gets it back off the baseline. Meglis shot no good. Rumley with a rebound. Back in the corner, fall away. Harper no good. Rebound pulled away by Flanagan. Poked away on the steal. Good job by Porter. Davin gets inside, and we got a blocking foul. And that's going to be number 4 on Flanagan. Now, Noble, do you tell Porter, hey, he's got 4, let's attack?
I tell you what, normally I would jump all on that and say yes. The way Porter plays ball, I think Porter going to draw that 5th foul on him anyway, just to let Porter play Porter's game.
Well, they're going to make us both wrong. Check Flanagan out with those 4.
Well, there you go.
Porter out top, trying to take the charge, and they're going to get the call there. Porter out front, tried to put it on the floor. Defender moved over well, Noble. Good anticipation.
Not only anticipation, but you need more than anticipation. You need good footwork also to be able to get there. You can see it coming, but you got to get there.
Yeah. Inside the spin, shot put up no good. Offensive rebound by the Vikings. Fire it back out front. Lovern will hold, puts it on the floor. Cross court it comes. Cullum loads up the 3. This one no good. Rebound pulled away by Meglis. On the outlet, here comes Jimmy Bond. Jimmy in front court. Community trying to extend the defensive pressure out top. Porter knocked away. Here comes Cullum on the steal all the way under. He'll put it up and blew the bunny. Like he was going to try to cradle it and got stuck in between.
He's in worse trouble than missing the layup, T-Roy.
Kick 3, no good by Rumley. Rebound pulled away, and let's see what we got here.
We got Cullum, T-Roy. Cullum went straight for his lower extremities after that, T-Roy. So he's in a little pain this time.
Here comes our man, McCown. He may have a future as a politician. He did a lot of lobbying over there on that sideline to get back in.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I cannot think I've ever seen anything in a sporting event quite like this, where a man went to the dentist during halftime.
Hey, now that is, man, hands up to Dr. Bell. That was awesome. Got Bray McCown back on the floor. Shot put up good. Unionville back within 12, 4 minutes remaining.
Bray did all that without any smelling sauce, T-Roy. He didn't need any gas, anything.
Well, let's see if that right hand still works. Bond, cross court, gives it up Harper. Mason penetrates. Kick in the corner. Porter, 3. Got it. David says, hey, hold on just a minute, Bray. Let me get one in first.
I love it, my man. I love the energy.
Davin from downtown.
Big energy is what he brings every night.
Community trying to answer and does so. Crockett with the 15-footer off the elbow. Back to 13 now as the clock continues to move. Bond, here comes the pressure. Jimmy looking to step through. In the corner now to Porter. McCown just kind of trying to get lost in the corner. Get himself a look here. There's the kick and the penetration. High arcing floater in and out. Long rebound pulled away by Lovern. Lovern on the outlet. Down the floor. Shot put up left hand and good by Hernandez. Back to 11. Vikings refuse to go away, and Coach Chapman says, hey, we're going to tighten the ship. Talk about this. Timeout taken, 2:42 left. We'll be back.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
And welcome back. Noble, community, give them credit. They've refused to wilt as they've just kept coming. 52-41. They got it back to 11, but time running out.
Time is running out. And Coach Chapman walked me through the huddle, T-Roy. 11-point lead, 2:42 as you told everybody. And Coach Chapman has 4 timeouts. What is he saying as far as if the ball gets tied up? What is he saying with the clock management? And is he staying aggressive or is he holding the ball on offense? What is he saying?
I think the thing I'm saying right now is, look, you got an 11-point lead. Time is in your favor. We don't want to throw the ball away. If you have a situation where you get trapped, take a timeout. But otherwise, we want a foul. Blocking foul called on Hernandez. because we want to shoot free throws and just salt this thing away. Mainly, we just want to take good care of the basketball.
You put up a shot only of what? Fill in the blank for me, T-Roy. Only of what?
I don't want to just totally get out. I mean, if you got a wide open shot and you work your offense, take it. I don't want to put up a three right here necessarily, unless it's a wide open one and you got Bray down in the corner and just trying to dial him in. But I'm going to take a little time off the clock here.
All this speculation is irrelevant. It looks like the ideal for the Vikings was to put pressure on them, so they'll get the ball after these 2 free throws.
Jimmy toss, good.
And in case, Troy, somebody at home missed it, they said, hey, man, that's a 1-and-1. No, sir.
That's 2 free throws.
Thank you, T-Roy. Yep. You're coming around, my man.
I got you, man. Bond. Automatic.
I like you, T-Roy, when you catch up, my man. Ain't nothing wrong with go ahead and telling the folks what the truth is.
Jimmy says, you know what? Just go ahead, give it to me. I want to just shoot free throws the rest of the way. Shot put up good inside on the runner by Lovern. Lovern, good player.
He's a solid player, fundamental.
Jimmy says, you know what? Just let me have the basketball. Get inside. Josh Rumley says, I'll take one. That's that offensive look you get out of good ball rotation and community going for the steal. That's the look you'll take.
Yes, indeed. Certainly don't want to hold the ball on that case.
Knocked away on the baseline. And Noble, again, you can trade buckets right now. It's a 13-point lead, 2 minutes left.
Tell you what, T-Roy, I want the folks at home, look at the faces of these student athletes. It's just the energy and the confidence and the smiles on their face.
3 on the way, no good. Lovern with a tip, no good, controlled by Porter. Davin as they give chase to Jimmy Bond, who will bring it across the time stripe. Baseline, oh, nice cut by Porter. Cannot get it to drop. Rumley's a really good passer. That was an excellent feed again. On the pull-up, Crockett good.
Rumley did that like they used to do with the Late Show, my man. Looking like the Lakers back in the day.
Vikings will take a full. We'll take it with them.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And we take a look at the Forrest cheerleaders as we return. Rockets on the verge of picking up win number 3 on the season. They'll move to 2-3 in district play with a win here tonight. They'll drop community to 1-22 on the season.
Let me ask you, Troy, all the things Coach Chapman has been talking about at halftime every time he joined us. He keeps saying they keep working on this. At one point in time, there was a lid on the basket. They play hard. What's the biggest improvement you've seen tonight that's come up? Is it defense, offense, everybody getting involved? What's the biggest thing you've seen?
I think just confidence, Noble. They got that lead early, and they've been able to play with it because they really haven't seriously been threatened since the early going. Shot put up, no good. Rebound pulled away by community. Vikings have got to get it up quickly, and they do. Hernandez leaves it for the trailer, stepping into a 3. Paterick no good. A rebound to Bray McCown. Bond in rear court. Your community right now, you may try for the steal, but I don't think I want to foul right here. You don't make it worse. Back the other way, shot put up and in. Nicely done by Rumley. Under a minute. Community with it. As they'll skip toward the baseline, it's going to be 1-1 upcoming here.
T-Roy, let me tell you how soft I am. I've seen all day Bray off in there on defense that time. I wouldn't be anywhere near any contact on a night like tonight, my man.
I'm telling you, I'm up 13 right now. I'm checking my mug right now. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to have a rebound.
I'll tell you what, but he got him a rebound a second ago. He certainly did. Pulled down a solid rebound.
Lovern with the free throw. Hey, that's what you like, though. That's how you earn toughness points with your teammates, because they're like, you know what? He about got a tooth knocked out, went to the dentist, came back, and got inside and mixed it with some people. So if he can do that, I can do that.
So you just told me I'm soft because I had no interest in any contact at this stage if I'm Bray.
The only time, probably the stupidest thing that ever happened to me, I got knocked cold in a game. I mean cold.
Now, how's that stupid on your part?
Well, I came to and I went back in. Probably not the wisest. You know, now they wouldn't let you anywhere near back on the court, but back in the day, they'd throw you back out there.
So you wasn't soft either, is what you're trying to tell me. But I am.
Maybe not soft, maybe stupid, but not soft.
I just say I'm a little soft. How about that? I'm not good at playing stupid, so I'm just soft.
His second teammate.
I think when you say that, I think of stupid. When I played my first year in college, we had an interim coach, and we would work in practice. And if you were a freshman, it was me and one other guy that was a freshman on the team. And if we did something wrong, the coach would go, "Y'all so stupid. Y'all are just stupid." And then he would tell the seniors if they made a mistake, he'd be, "You know what? They're stupid. They're stupid. But you a senior, you had 4 years to learn. They stupid because they're freshmen. You stupid because you've been here 4 years."
Well, you also just told us another change. Coach can't use the word stupid any longer.
Shot put up and in by Lovern, and they'll take a quick break. No, I've never understood this. I mean, you're down 10 with 20 seconds left.
You understand it. You understand it. Because all the times I ask you questions and you give me the politically correct answer. Here's why. You showed the team we're not going to quit playing.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer. I know what you're getting at. But you got timeouts, and Coach said we're not taking timeouts and getting back on the bus with those.
Well, and two, they're trying to teach you situationally. Hey, here we may get something late with 5 seconds. We may want to run an out-of-bounds play here that we may see later on. As a fan, you're like, just get this thing over with and go home because you know who's going to win. But coaches are always coaching.
And keep in mind, maybe 20 minutes ago in the broadcast, you said teams are trying to figure out how to close out the game, and they're trying to figure out how to win close ones. You never know. Maybe the opposing team may give you a couple gifts, T-Roy.
You never know. Let's hope the Rockets are not in the giving mood here.
Christmas is over.
Over the top, Bond to run it down. Jimmy will catch up, put it up, and score. McCown on the outlet. Bond racing out the other way. Trying to answer community off the foul Flanagan. Final 5 seconds now as they'll foul McCown in rear court. So Bray will get to step to the line now. And
Hey, the legend, the myth continues. Watch this. He come back from the dental office. He got a rebound. And here's the thing. I ain't into jinx. Bray McCown come back and hit a free throw. He scored points when he came back from the dentist's office. Hit this one for me, Bray.
He's going to make it worth it right here. Oh, came out on it. Community will clear. There's the final heave, and this one is in the books. Win number 3 for the Rockets. Their second win over Community this year. They improved to 2-3 in district play with a 61-51 win. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back to wrap this one up here from Chapel Hill.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upney. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And welcome back. Nice win for the Rockets as the student section over there. And take a peek, Noble. They have gotten down there in the corner and really supporting those guys with a big victory here tonight.
They got it rocking, T-Roy. And I'll tell you what, I've told you about the home crowd. I'm a little bit off with my stats, T-Roy. 61 is what the Rockets had, but I want to give you a quick rundown of the points I have. I'm missing 4 points somewhere, but I do want you to hear this, T-Roy. Count how many Rockets got in the scoring column. Listen to me.
Okay.
As I run it down, I got 3 points for Bale.
Okay.
I got 6 points for Rumley. I got 7 points for Harper.
Okay.
I got 9 points for Bray McCown. I got 9 points for Bond, Jimmy Bond. I got 11 points for Villazon, and I got 12 points for Porter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 Rockets in the scoring column. I'm missing 4 points, but that's production, young man.
Hey, now I'll give you one guess on this one. I'm not even going to let you waste 2 more. I was going to give you 3, but this should just take 1. They've got the baller chain when they win. Who's going to be wearing the baller chain tonight?
Oh, that's easy, my man. You're going to put the baller chain. Bray McCown went to the dentist's office and come back and play ball. Hey, I tried to get him a grill during the break, but now he's going to get the baller chain. So, and the reason why we laughing, I got my 6th grade teacher over here, and she know what a grill is. I tried to get Bray McCown a grill.
Hey, he will deserve that baller chain tonight and wear it proudly as they pick up the win here tonight. Now, again, we do want to remind you, big win here tonight, but we will be audio only on Tuesday. Fayetteville City will not allow us to video because they are an NFHS member, whoop-de-doo, and we will not be able to bring you a video presentation. We will be there audio only on Tuesday night. We will be back here for senior night and the regular season finale next Friday night as Cascade rolls into town. A split here tonight as community. The Vikings lead throughout. They take the victory in Game 1 and coast to coast for the Rockets in Game 2. They win by a final of 61-51. For Peter Wilson, Mr. Noble Mays, this is Troy Cashin. Have yourselves a great night, everybody. You've been watching Rocket and Lady Rocket Sports on TC Sports.